back, back. Yeah, bringing it back, back, back. So I'm bringing it back, yeah, bringing it back. But you can't tell my swing. Back, back, yeah, bringing it back. Swinging the back, but I'm bringing it.
You think that I'm running in place? Y'all really testing my patience. Right before I blow up the spot, I had to get back to the basics. What if my talent is wasted? You see what I'm lacking the placement. Thought since I rap in the basement, but my come up is legend, is greatness. I don't care now, it's pedal to the metal. I can never quit now, I will never settle. Puppet to the game, I'm pulling strings like Geppetto. We in the same game, but I'm on a different level. I passed it. Gotta keep grinding till I'm laid up in the casket. No fake round, but you feeling too plastic. Yeah, y'all feeling too plastic. They say my style crazy, but then it's straight jacket. Wow.
Why you still testing my patience? Trying to turn me into something I ain't trying to be. All the hate is in heavy rotation. You gon' lose yourself, quit testing me.
Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me.
Yeah, guess I know no better. I ain't got no chill, so they call me a devil, I know. Look, I am just a man on a mission. If I want it, then I get it, I go. And if you're trying to test me a beast, you gon' need Liam Neeson. The chance that you taking is flagrant. You're testing your luck. If you think you make it out, then you're sadly mistaken. Careful what you putting your stake in, cause I ain't got no patience and no limitations. You trying to figure me out, and I know I don't make sense. But no one's there when you call like you trapped in the Matrix. You need to take a break from it. I think you should take 6. Cause yes, I hold a throne and no one else can replace this. The pain will only go deeper the harder you chase it. I'm the greatest that you ever met. It's time that you face it. So tell me,
why you still testing my patience? Trying to turn me into something I ain't trying to be. All the hate is in heavy rotation. You gon' lose yourself, quit testing me.
Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me.
Kiss like that. Kiss like that. We can come back, though the time is gone. I'm running to escape from your left. Don't lie, 'cause I know your heart. Don't try looking for someone to forget. 'Cause I gave you my whole life, and instead you gave me nothing. And you left me here lonely, hey, hey. I was lost on my own way. I will never be the same girl. But someone told me never love stay. We can come back. We can come back, though the time is gone. I'm running to escape from your left. Don't lie, 'cause I know your heart. Don't try looking for someone to forget. 'Cause I gave you my whole life, and instead you gave me nothing. And you left me here lonely, hey, hey. I was lost on my own way. I will never be the same girl. But someone told me never love stay. We can come back.
Cold like 0 degrees. I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in the cage, I'ma let out the hood, out the hood, out the wake up, get out the sheets. We came from all man, forget that peace. You take the west side, take out the east. I'ma put them in the cage, never let out the start.
I hear him chat to me boys, move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys, man's so tough, but man's keep walking. Just too sharp with the boys, white girls gotta tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pine, if you wanna touch me, please use caution, 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 chat with the boys. Man so tough, but man's keep rapping. Just too sharp with the boys. White girls let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch man, please use passion. Passion, 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 passion.
kill it. I was meant to win. I am down and willing, so I will find a way. It took a minute, now it didn't happen right away. When it get hot in the kitchen, you decide to stay. That's how it winners made. Stick a fork in the hater on my dinner plate. I walk into the fire like it's just a bit of flames. I switch my style up, watch the money pile up. I'ma get rich or die trying, want me switch lanes. I'm always getting better, I'ma be on 5th place. On this one, then 4th on the next. 3rd, 2nd, 1st, you report for the best. She showing love, give me all the raw energy. Don't stop, go ahead, get it in. beautiful catastrophe.
It's a toxic addiction. You're a guilty affliction. Yeah. I can't breathe. I need to get some air, but it's a toxic addiction. You're a guilty affliction. Yeah. You can't breathe and you just need some air.
Give me all of your lies. 'Cause you're my demon in disguise. I learned to love the cage you keep me in, where the walls keep closing in. And I don't wanna die, but your presence feels so right. Why do I want you when you're bad for me? My perfect storm, my beautiful catastrophe. My perfect storm, my beautiful catastrophe. My perfect storm, my beautiful catastrophe.
Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Yeah. Oh yeah, the beast back. Adrenaline pumping through my veins, can't relax. Original, I am not the same as these cats. I sting them if they never ever mindin' they beeswax. I don't ever cap, but I'm wearing like 3 hats. Never been a rat, but I know where the cheese at. You'll never get a trophy cause they all here where we at. You better believe that. When it's all said and done, I'll still be here standing. Never took a loss and it ain't something that I'm planning. I dare you to say something, my focus is A1. Every dog has its day, it's been mine since day one. This is real grinding, I'm still climbing. While you still trying, I'm still shining. It's real blinding, and I'm getting hotter too. Talking top 2, I'm not a 2. You let the pressure bother you and I do what I gotta do. Let's go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Go hard.
They ain't coming close to me. Flow is on atomic, I'm starting fires through poetry. The hardest out, staying loyal, no falling out. And if you step into the court, be ready, we ballin' out. Yeah, the coldest of teens, they know what we bring, don't try us. They know in between, we go for these dreams in silence. Hard work, don't mistake it for magic. We been shooting in the gym, this is target in practice, yeah. And I'm just getting started, getting my feet wet. It's all in repetition, ain't a secret. All facts, all black dress code. Pay me my respect, collecting every debt.
I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard.
Started from the club with a baddie or two. She was looking in my eyes cause she wanna be my boo, be my boo, be my boo. Homie tripping in the stew. If they tryna get her back, then they might've got the loot. Cops all the beds, now I'm about to buy a chain. If the Cubans talking to me, I might get up on my lane. Just in black while we spinning so we never feel the shame. Gotta light up when we do it so we don't gotta feel the pain.
I was trying to tell you about that real shit, boy. You been steady capping on that fake shit, toy. I was trying to tell you about that real shit, boy. Real shit, boy. Real shit, toy.
like you know how this goes. Fumble a bag, now I when I fumble a bag, act like you know how this goes. Fumble a bag, now I when I fumble a bag. Fumble a bag, now I when I fumble a bag, act like you know how this goes. Fumble a bag, now I when I fumble a bag, act like you know how this goes.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year. Shoot 'em my shot, boy, I'm long range. Me and the team on the same thing. Stayed down, never switched up. Only thing changed was the game. I'm in the zone now. Nothing can change what we on now. When I pull up, know it's going down. Foot on the gas, ain't no slowing down. Aiming for greatness, no settling. Kick down the doors, they won't let me in. Taking no else, yeah, I gotta win. Watch me kick down the doors, they won't let me in. Who running the game now? Foot on the gas, can slow down. No, my team, we holding it down. We know we running it now. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Yeah. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. I do not gamble, but bet on me. Tell them that's life, yeah, it's still la vie. I'm taking a shot for my enemies. I can't waste no more time on my energy. I know they know I got it on lock. Go against me, that's a long shot. Cause I'm counting wins all around the clock. Never doubt me, boy, I don't stop. Who do you feel when they make you the monster? I am not scared of none of you imposters. Taking the lead now while they watching. Think you should leave now while the option. Taking no else, yeah, I gotta win. Watch me kick down the doors, they won't let me in. Who running the game now? Foot on the gas, can slow down. No, my team, we holding it down. We know we running it now. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Yeah.
back. Keep bringing it back. Back, back. See that bringing it back. Keep bringing it back. But you think so much swinging it back. Back, back. Keep bringing it back. Swinging the back, when I'm bringing it.
You think that I'm running in place? Y'all really testing my patience. Right before I blow up the spot, I had to get back to the basics. What if my talent is wasted? And see what I'm lacking to placement. Thoughts as I rap in the basement, but my come up is legend, is greatness. I don't care now, it's pedal to the metal. I can never quit now, I will never settle. Puppet to the game, I'm pulling strings like Geppetto. We in the same game, but I'm on a different level. I passed it. Gotta keep grinding till I'm laid up in the casket. No fake round, but you feeling too plastic. Yeah, y'all feeling too plastic. They say my style crazy, but then it's straight jacket. Wow.
Why you still testing my patience? Trying to turn me into something I ain't trying to be. All the hate is in heavy rotation. You gon' lose yourself, quit testing me.
Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me.
Yeah, guess I know no better. I ain't got no chill, so they call me a devil, I know. Look, I am just a man on a mission. If I want it, then I get it, I go. And if you're trying to test me a beast, you gon' need Liam Neeson. The chance that you taking is flagrant. You're testing your luck. If you think you make it out, then you're sadly mistaken. Careful what you put in your stake in, cause I ain't got no patience and no limitations. You trying to figure me out, and I know I don't make sense, but no one's there when you call like you're trapped in the Matrix. You need to take a break from it. I think you should take 6. Cause yes, I hold a throne and no one else can replace this. The pain will only go deeper the harder you chase it. I'm the greatest that you ever made. It's time that you face it. So tell me,
why you still testing my patience? Trying to turn me into something I ain't trying to be. All the hate is in heavy rotation. You gon' lose yourself, quit testing me.
Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me.
Kiss like that, 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 that. Kiss like that, that, this, 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 this. Kiss like this, this, this. Kiss like this, kiss like this, kiss like this, kiss like this.
Now we're about to the hey, hey, hey.
We can come back, but the time is gone. I'm running to escape from your left. Don't lie, 'cause I know your heart. Don't try looking for someone to forget. 'Cause I gave you my whole life, and instead you gave me nothing. And you left me here lonely, hey, hey. I was lost on my own way. I will never be the same guy. But someone told me never to stay. We can come back. We can come back, but the time is gone. I'm running to escape from your left. Don't lie, 'cause I know.
What's in store for Hellcup this time? An enormous giveaway of skins worth over $15,000. Open a new crowdfunding case loaded with amazing skins to boost the tournament prize pool. 2 Twitch giveaways just for viewers. Type Raffle in the chat and don't miss your chance to win one of the skins during both tournament stages, the group stage and playoffs. Get ready to join the action.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Hellcup 11 and welcome to the final day of Hellcup 11 as well. We started with so many, 16 squads in a group stage, 8 invited to the playoffs. It now comes down to the final 2 to see who will be our victors at the very end of the year and the very end of this series of Hellcups. My name's Eternal J. I'm joined by Dweg as per usual for grand final Saturday, and look, a lot to look forward to today, I will say.
Indeed there is, and you mentioned teams coming into the round of 16. Now you would think, right, in a grand final for the last game of the tournament that we would have 2 favourites, right? We'd have 2 teams that got invited into straight into the playoffs. That's not the case at all. We've actually got a group stage team, and that excites me massively for the final.
Well, look, if you always expect them to be the invitees, and I'm afraid you're very naive and don't understand a tier 2 space, I would say. And Omega and Na'Vi Jr., of course, one team was indeed invited to the round of 16 from these playoffs, and they did have to outwhittle the other 7 squads alongside the 8 squads that came through the group stages. Only one more group stage team rests in the Na'Vi Junior side, of course, who beat out Aurora in yesterday's semi-final matches. So you can see how the bracket has played out so far. Na'Vi been on a tear. Omega, understandably, been on a tear. It's the unstoppable force versus the immovable object today.
And this is where I probably start turning the positivity of Na'Vi Jr. going so far and start pushing it as a bit of a negative. This is going to be a tough final for them. I'm looking at their most recent grand finals and I'm thinking, okay, they've been in quite a few of them. But who against? Drillers is one. LNG is another, Eklot's a third, Spirit Academy's a fourth, Spirit Academy is a fifth. None of those teams are close to a top-end Tier 2 squad. None of those teams even have similar rankings to what Namega do.
Indeed, and that was my issue when it came to Na'Vi Jr. weighing them up in comparison to the rest of the tournament, because you could argue that outside of maybe Amcal, you aren't looking at any of the high-end Tier 2 squads right up until this point for the Na'Vi Jr. side. Namega most certainly are in that category, and therefore this will be one of the toughest tasks we've seen from Na'Vi Jr. so far. I would say the toughest task, but they also just lost out to 9 Pandas a moment ago.
Yeah, they did. It was a competitive series, to be fair to them. I'd look at 9 Pandas as a similar team to Namega in maybe if we're looking at a bar graph, okay, about who are the top-end teams in Tier 2. I would say 9 Pandas and Namega are in a same sort of position. Now, in that series, we saw map number 1 going 9-13 on Inferno, and then Ancient going all rounds in regulation but didn't close. And I think that's the uncomfortable nature for Na'Vi Jr. is that if you can't strive for even a map in an upper bracket final game where there's not a huge amount of pressure, what are you going to be like in a grand final?
Precisely, and that's sort of the main key thing you look at in terms of how Na'Vi Jr. are going to play into this kind of matchup against the Namega side, who I imagine will be coming into this one as the heavy favourites. They've had a hell of a year so far, Dwayne. Namega rose to the top end of the Tier 2 space through the Rest Regional Series. They come to Hellcup here with a chance to make a championship happen, and certainly not their not their only championship in recent times.
They have played 8 grand finals this year, and they have won 6 of them. And the bit that gets me the most is 5 out of 6 of those grand finals have been 2-0s. They have been pumping teams in grand finals, and I'm sure Lear, the captain's going to look at this matchup today and say, oh yeah, good draw, Na'Vi Jr., right? We're coming for another title.
Yeah, in the 3 grand finals they played at the B tier level, specifically in the last 3 months, this is going to be one of those opportunities where they can take a victory, of course. Hellcup in number 10 was one of those opportunities. They recently lost out on ECL. They're coming for a title right here and now. And look, they are looking at this. They are looking at this situation, thinking to themselves, we got a chance to hit hard, hit heavy, and really apply ourselves as the top-end Tier 2 team and get this victory in a similar fashion to what 9 Pandas did. And I'd imagine if you are Lear, you're looking at that previous series, understanding how well they were neutralizing some of those stars on the Na'Vi Jr. side.
Well, I'm thinking about how Namega have shown in this tournament, and I think they've been slapping competition. That 500 series, yeah, we spoke about it a little bit at the end of the OG game a couple of days ago. 500's on a decent rise. They're in good form. They got 13 forward on map 1 and 13 0'd on the decider. How does that happen? Like, that is just a complete collapse of 500. And I'm looking at Na'Vi Jr., and while I've been very impressed with how they performed against OG, with how they got over the line against Aurora, this, to me, is just a team too far. And I'm going to be looking at Makazi to see what he can do. I'm going to be looking at Sentry because, funny enough, Jay, we didn't see much of Sentry in that OG game, but he was actually the top performer and, without a doubt, the winning element to why they got a 2-0 versus Aurora yesterday.
And he was also the best element from Na'Vi Jr. in that series against 9 Pandas we were just talking about. Makazi actually ended up getting quite neutralized there on the against the CIS squad. So here against the Namega side again, and imagine that they're looking at how to sort of deal with him, because no doubt they've been seeing that how that OG series went down, understanding that they're going to have to get rid of those 2 individuals, and if they can do that, then Na'Vi Jr.'s house of cards may well come crumbling down. Veto process between these 2 sides. Dwag, we of course have not seen a head-to-head between them in the last, well, ever basically. So how do we see this one playing out?
Should be a nuke ban for Namega, should be a Vertigo ban for Na'Vi Jr., and both teams pick so much Anubis and Ancient. So it's going to come in somewhere. I would say that for Na'Vi Jr., you probably want to curve the Veto slightly because they're just so strong for your opposition.
Yeah, and we saw that Anubis going so swimmingly well against OG for Na'Vi Jr. They turned it back around even when they were at the deficit. They still looked like the more dominant side, took that victory at 13-10, but you are right, 500. That was one of the maps that they conceded against the Mega during that semi-final proceeding. So, again, a lot of positivity around that map, and it is going to be a 3rd map decider in the best of 3. So, if for no other reason than just seeing Anubis played out, I want to see this map up going towards 3, but Dust 2 and Ancient as the picks for Na'Vi Jr. and the Mega respectively. Do you see it going to 3 maps to Wake?
Oh, it could. It's unlikely. Dust 2 is probably the best option. If we're going to be realistic and look at the map pool, we go, right, you don't want to pick Anubis versus Namega. You don't want to pick Ancient against them. So what are your options? Mirage is one, and Dust 2 is the other. Now, I look at Dust 2 and say it is one of the weaker maps in the pool for Nemega. At the same time, though, they've still been able to take top competition and push for results on this map. So it's going to have to be a stellar start to the series for Na'Vi Junior if they want to at least contest one map in the pool, because I don't see them taking Ancient and I don't see them taking Anubis.
Yeah, no opportunities to really push in towards this punish ban potential, with both of the permanent bans, of course, being on those weakened maps. So it really is a case that this was the best case scenario for an Na'Vi Junior side. And I do align myself with your expectations as well. Ancient and Anubis are going to be the tougher maps for Na'Vi Junior, even though they've had some stellar performances in the past on those two map ups. I talked about Anubis earlier, but even think about Na'Vi Junior and how they dismantled Aurora during the semi-finals. That was also played out on an Ancient pick. So you've got, again, that basis in which they can work from. It's just that it's the step above the caliber. Aurora are not a top-end tier 2 team anymore. They've had their struggles. Nemega are in the prime right now. They're going to close the tail end of the year on a very high note. They are one of the best teams in the tier 2 space right now, and going into 2025, they are hoping to try and extend that. Here with a title victory, it only makes sense that they're the favourites here.
And both teams have got a very similar map play rate and win percentage when it comes to Ancient and Anubis. For Na'Vi Junior, 21 wins and 8 losses on Ancient versus 21 wins and 9 losses for Nemega. Basically identical. You look at Anubis, 19 wins and 4 losses for Na'Vi Junior, 19 wins and 6 losses for the Nemega. The difference, Jay, is the level of competition you just mentioned. You have a look at the last few Ancients and Anubises for the majority of teams in Na'Vi Junior, you're looking at middle of the pack to lower end tier 2 squads. You look at Nemega, mate, we're talking about tier 1.5 teams, and for the most part, all top-end tier 2 comps.
Exactly, and they've got the better streak as well in terms of their recent form of success. Yes, of course, Na'Vi Junior had that hell of a run so far, and that streak was ended by Favbet only very recently for their own part of things. But again, it's just that level of competition that you have on the Nemega side. Their level of form just looks higher in terms of where they've placed in terms of Counter-Strike in general. So a lot of things, again, favouring them in this best-of-3 series. I think what our win conditions might come down to those star elements of the Na'Vi Junior side. Makazi was the guy that decimated OG in the quarterfinals. That much seemed pretty obvious to me, but couldn't get going against 9 Pandas, and we saw how 9 Pandas were able to, yes, get pushed in certain capacities, but ultimately, Na'Vi Junior didn't take a map in that best-of-3, and with Makazi not performing as well as he wanted to, Semch had to pick up a lot of those slacks, which credit to him he did, but I feel like that might be a winning element as a result.
The problem that Na'Vi Junior have, right, is the playstyle that they're up against. Now, Makazi likes to be a player that can constantly fight, constantly engage in duels. That's very similar to Nemega. They're not a structure-heavy squad. They're not tactical in depth of slowing the clock, baiting out util, beating rotations. What they like to do is brawl against a lot of teams. And I'm thinking about Nemega's Xanta on T side, Zwei as a supportive rifler. You've got even Khan as an AWPer, and I'm thinking Makazi's going to struggle to brawl. Like, he's not going to have an easy time going up against these sharp shooters on Nemega.
Yeah, it will not be such an easy task. You'd imagine that, again, Nemega may well have the one up over him to neutralize him in this best-of-3, but I am going to give Na'Vi Junior at least the benefit of the doubt for a map in the series. I'm going to go 2-1 towards Nemega. It might just be Copium and Hopium, but I want to see it happen. Let's see whether it will as the pistols go live. Nemega straight on the CT side and into mid control.
They're very aggressive, and Krebeni is actually being aware of this. They've got a good setup to deal with this CT aggro.
Good shot from Risky Bob, gets that kill in at Suicide. Demons also dealt with just as quickly. Xanta, the one victim in the longhouse, but advantage held on the Nemega side. Now Zwei and Lear have the face coming in towards them. All 3 T-side players have been seen. Zwei struggling to get that kill. Lear is good to get Semtree, but Dukes and Makazi tried it back to a 2-on-2.
Actually, decent work there. Struggling from Zwei has given the T-side a chance in this round.
And Risky Bob starts making his moves. Makazi around a smoke or the headshot of the player. Plat's been seen. Makazi can take down Risky Bob, but Khan is too good for the trade. 2K to his name and a pistol win for Nemega.
Now, with how that pistol goes down, that actually excites me for what could be brought forward in the series. I'm looking at that crossfire, thinking you've got a top-mid angle being held and outside a longhouse. It's a good setup, but it gets overwhelmed. And then out here on B, Zwei and Lear should have a much easier time. There shouldn't even be a bomb down coming in. And instead, it actually comes down to a 1v1 clutch. Makazi up against Khan can't quite transition to the other side of that smoke. It does mean, because of the damage done with 4 CTs dropping and the bomb plant bonus, Na'Vi Junior are going to look to try and buy it up, try and force that double eco straight away.
Sick stuff to start things off for the Nemega camp. Na'Vi will look to try and bounce back individually and in a very early form. It's going to be opening kills for Lear and Xanta. They're out to that longhouse challenge. The bomb's been dropped there.
Yikes. That's not ideal, is it? Because where do you fight back from here? you don't want to save, but you also just have no breathing room at all. You got a lucky util, the bomb is in complete CT hands, the Deagle out on B is struggling to deal with the anchor, so this round is just a complete collapse.
Xanta sponged that damage, and his teammates have very little of it in return. Deeper smokes at the CT side to ensure that they can't press. Just no breathing room for Krebeni and Semtry here. They'll try and get some out of that deeper T-side smoke, but Lear has the right idea. Get ahead of the barrel and ensure that they can't push for that gap.
Khan and Lear just know, do not make this round expensive on us. Have a tight crossfire, allow the rifles to do the majority of the heavy lifting, and do not give Krebeni anything. Been spotted out there in the longhouse. They know exactly how to deal with him. They're waiting for a little bit of aggression. The scout might be able to get away with one, but no more than that. And it's actually been really nice, Jay, over the last few weeks and maybe even month or so to see the progression in overall success for both of these squads. We're talking about an Omega side that not only has been able to win a LAN, but they've won, what, 9 out of their past 10 best of 3s on HLTV. Their only loss was to Sangul in the upper bracket final of ECL, which was basically the qualification to Pro League. And then you compare that to Na'Vi Junior that have won 36 out of their past 46 best of 3s on HLTV. That is an insane record.
Mental work for mental teams. Again, Omega just that little bit better. Another grand final for them to play out against. Would love to make a little bit of a turnaround from that ECL grand final. You mentioned the loss against Sangul. They've cut down another opportunity for them to move up in the scene. Equally, to win out Hellcup, to gain yourself a chance to drop some Valve VRS points. Going into next year, this matchup means so much to both of these sides. Omega currently in control of it, should be up to 3-0 with the basics of the pistols going to be afforded towards the deco round before.
And this is going to be Omega looking for their third Hellcase Cup title. They won number 8, they won number 10, and now they're here in 11 in a grand final. Lear just jiggling on the back side of the doors itself. You've got Xanta slightly more aggressive. The Deagles are going to try and go 1-for-1.
Makazi just gets the straight kill in on the man, so Xanta full. M4 can't trade it right back on Makazi's part. They pass that AK off towards Krebeni. Of course, no Kevlar on the T-side lines. It's all just going to be aim punch city for that AK as his teammates start falling. Semtry's picked up on short. The CTs knowing there's nothing out towards the B site with the tunnels completely cleared up and all. Bomb is close and may well sneak in a plant here with the smoke in the way. Good shot for Jugs, going to ensure that Risky Bob drops, giving a little bit more breathing room here. Safer plant at default may give him the opportunities, but Khan is still fighting, doubles up, drops that bomb carrier, and now Demon's got nothing much that he can do. Maybe take a third pick with a decent Deagle shot. Not going to happen till it. Omega straight 3-0. Here come the guns for Na'Vi Junior.
And as much as I would love to see Makazi drop 30 in every single map of the series, I don't think that's going to be enough to win this grand final. You actually, in these kind of games against top competition, need more than just one individual player. And maybe it is a Semtry, right? Maybe it is the AWPA to have that dynamic duo, to have those 2-star players pushing for as much as possible. But I'm wondering, could it be somebody else? Could it be someone in a final that isn't meant to be able to pop off that ends up doing it? Is it a Demon? Is it a Jugs? Is it the in-game leader of Krebeni? Only time will tell.
Khan sat waiting with his AWP in play. A double AWP setup for Omega. Na'Vi Junior was trying to respond to that utility here. Shot seen, quick swing from the second player, Makazi. Khan gets out of the way before he takes significant damage. The follow-up HGs at their T-side instead dish out some more towards Risky Bob. Sat towards short. A shot does ring out for the man. He's forced to use a smoke and cancel it. Krebeni strikes first. His way is picked up.
Now, this is where Khan needs to transition that AWP on the B defense. CTs are still aggro here at shorts.
And he's low. Semtry's first port of call. Good shot from Lear. Krebeni on the corner. The bomb's in that corner position. And Woolgo dropping for him. Tipples found as Makazi's picked up, nicely held with the crossfire. The AWP of Risky Bob can finally chime in. And Jugs is left on the lurkout long, a 1v4.
Do you remember, Jay, in the pre-game when I said Omega are going to want a brawl? Look at that round, mate. They lose their B anchor. They lose way early on. So what ends up happening? Khan posts aggressively in mid, and the short players are playing aggro. They're getting on the front side of the util. They're looking and having intent on fighting everyone towards that mid portion, and it's just pure destruction. They just get owned in mids.
The bomb full control, though Jugs is fighting back to try and make it expensive. Both the AWPers just fell. but no breathing room towards short. Smoke's coming down to ensure that he can't make his way from the short entrance, at least not without significant difficulties, and HP disadvantage, meaning that the kill should come in rather easy for these Omega players. Molly's sent to try and drive them away, but it's just going to stall for even more time as Jugs just doesn't have the time left anymore here. Checking for that bomb, will finally grab it, but the CTs are running for it to grab those orbs, to get them out of the way, to ensure that Jugs can't pick it up, and to ensure that he cannot go for the hunt later on in the round. Omega will keep the streak running, even if it is expensive.
And this is going to test the in-game leadership of Krebeni to make a decision on what do we do here. Do we keep brawling with them, or do we try and slow the game down? Do we try and make Omega feel uncomfortable that they're not getting fights early on? It's one of the very few times when we've casted Na'Vi Jr. that we're actually seeing tacticals used. And I want to take this moment to mention their new head coach, Jay Coolio, a guy that we used to cast quite a lot in Tier 2. He was an ex-pro in the Hungarian scene, played on Salamander, played on BP5, that Onyx roster, played with Aaron and the boys on Domination and Rubik's, and he was previously the coach of Na'Vi Youth before getting the call up to come here at Na'Vi Jr.
Well, half-bot pistols on Na'Vi Jr. They're opting not to go ahead and force around the AK save of Jugs. Nor the economy line in the next round. Omega, of course, favoured in this round. The first player seen towards suicide already by Khan, seeming to be a faster play out towards the tunnels. Cancelled by the incendiaries. Quick, good calls from the CT side. The AWP fires. Way continues to face, ensure that no one's going to be out there from Na'Vi Jr.
Actually quite surprising to see the double AWPs this early on. I've casted a lot of Omega, and even on Dust 2 as of late, Jay, I only see double AWPs in late games in regulations or OT. So definitely a game plan here that they've seen something in Na'Vi Junior's playbook that they're quite happy to run double AWPs against them.
It worked so far. Risky Bob and Khan both held out in mid, though, with their AWP. So one player backing away to much more passive angle as Khan takes a little bit of Molotov damage. Meanwhile, over on short is Lear behind the smoke, waiting for Jugs to reveal himself, waiting for the smoke to clear. The incendiaries go deep, and they all see their demise. Both the rifles drop. Jugs will line up the double. Advantage taken for Na'Vi Jr., and they take the A site with it.
Double AWPs on the retake. At least they'll be able to pick up some weapons from short, but not an easy round here for Omega.
I don't think they will, actually. Those pistol players have recovered those two M4s, so yeah, only the one M4 for Zwei to peek in towards Jugs, who lines up another kill and another kill. A quadra found on both the short individuals. Khan can take Makazi with him, but Jugs is forced out the round.
So this is Na'Vi Jr. 0-4 down, taking a tactical, and then instantly finding a response in a buy that's not even that heavy with investment. You've got basically a fade of a smoke. Everyone's sitting around there from short. Both of the aggressive A players don't do very much at all. Lear struggles, Xanta does the same. And it means that Na'Vi Jr. can get started and actually start targeting a bit of a reset for the opposition. Money in the reserve isn't fantastic, so there'll be another buy on the table. But what about that next round? Could it be a round streak here for Na'Vi Jr.?
This is where the expense will come back to bite the Omega side. Of course, they lost 3 players in the previous round as well. 6 spray transfer from Jugs, and we can see these 2 kills from his perspective on short as well. Nicely done. Difference maker in the round, well set up. We will be seeing some extra rifles coming in for the CT side, but you also see Lear on a 5-7 and a FAMAS for Xanta, so it's certainly not perfect.
Not at all, and that's where an opening pick might be pivotal in a round like this for Omega. Na'Vi Jr. have got a top lurk outside mid. Everybody else, though, is grouped up, looking to put pressure against Zwei.
Both trying to stop them, but Na'Vi Jr. pushed the issue. Zwei's going to catch the kill on Demon. Can't quite double up. Makazi responds. Risky Bob through that smoke at the doorway can only do so much, but it flashed forward by his teammate. Gets a kill that runs into 2 other T-side players. Krebeni credited with that frag. Jugs lurking in mid. May provide a casualty on towards Lear as the AWP of Khan keeps firing away. Lacking in the rifle firepower on this 3v3 for Omega. Really comes up to this mid fight for Jugs. Taking Lear down will almost certainly secure the round. The FAMAS trades him right back.
You've still got the AWP outside of the doors. The problem is, it's the time stalling with Util. It's the re-smoke down at the doors and the molly towards the window that's just shaving time off of the clock.
Well, the molly will clear the smoke. Lesser so. Molly towards the back side. Grebeni's not going to be affected by that. Incendiary close to Sentry as Grebeni's finally forced back in towards that corner. Khan unawares of how close the Ukrainian is. Grebeni gets the kill anyway, and that should send Zan to pack in, grabbing the AWP to save into the round. Or still get caught by Sentry out towards the window. It stays in Venavi Jr. instead, and they can connect too.
Okay, this is a positive sign for the Academy squad. It's giving us a bit of judgment to say, honestly, they're going to put a bit of weight on. They're going to look at this grand final and say, we're not going to go down without a fight. You've got pressure towards short in the previous round. You've then got basically an exec on to B, and the anchors struggled. You've got Zwei on the backside that only gets one. You've got your next mid player of a Risky Bob who's trying to stay alive for as long as possible, but he also only gets one. And Na'Vi Jr. with 2 in a row, and now the eco reset completely.
Yeah, not much they can do except stack out this long position and wait for Na'Vi Jr. to hopefully make a move with the mass number of players. Even then, the USPs versus the Rifles would expect the Na'Vi Jr. should still work their way out of this position. Flashed in, actually do catch a couple players off guard. A kill found against Sentry. Mikazi's also rather low, running out number. He's picked up. Cave's back. Zwei's going to catch him. 2 versus 2. This has become expensive for the T side, but at least they know that Omega are out there on long, so they can commit the bomb towards the B side. No Kevlar, half HP for Lear. It might just be best to save onto these 2 weapons.
And once the bomb goes down, because it will go pretty quickly for the upper tunnels, there probably shouldn't be much of a retake. It would be more beneficial to the city side to save onto what they've got.
Recover that firepower, bring it forward to the next rifle buy. And that seems to be the exact call. Zwei will hang around towards the car with his triple in mind, hoping that there is another extension from the T side. Yeah, the right call to make in this one for the Omega camp. 3rd on the board for Na'Vi Jr. That anti-eco didn't go quite as well as they wanted it to.
And you can say, thankfully, the bomb didn't commit with them, because do you remember when they did that previously?
Yeah.
They tried to go for that long take, dropped the bomb in CT territory, and then Jugs was basically just looking for exit frags to make something happen. This time around, it gets expensive, but at least that bomb hangs back. At least they don't lose the security of the all-important package.
Omega will lose control of another round on the lead. It's still held by them with a chance to defend again with that rifle investment. And cash to invest for Na'Vi Jr., so they will be doing the exact same thing in terms of their buy-up. Plenty of value to offer in this round. And speaking of value to offer, I don't know if you've realised, Dwayne, but on the right-hand side of the screen, there is a little raffle counter for all the viewers today. Type exclamation mark raffle to enter yourself in the giveaway we've got at the very end of the grand final. We'll draw 1 winner to join us on the stream and take control and take ownership of a Bayonet Autotronic minimal wear worth $625. And a priceless kill for Makazi as he finds Xana to kick things off on long. Good shot to start. Grebeni with an even better follow-up.
And this is not even 20 seconds into the round, and we're working with a 5-on-3 already. Makazi, don't often see him on the AWP, but best spawn to go for the long pick. He's successful with the beginning.
Molly's in position. Lear's AK fallen back towards Goose, who's going to try and look down long, but never truly gain it. T-side smokes are up. Holding that cross, but never gathering control of the man. They're going to start to gamble, stack their way in towards that B-bomb site. And just hold on to these rifles, it seems. Not really much more that they can do, not much more that they're willing to do at the moment.
And this is a good fight back from Na'Vi Jr. And we're seeing some confidence in some of the opening, at least duels, that not so much that they're winning it. I don't want to take that as basically the outcome of the round, but they've actually got the confidence to overpeak some angles. They're actually giving early contestation in some of these fights. That is what you want to see from an inexperienced squad in a final. Just giving an Omega uncomfortability. And I'm looking at the lurk in upper tunnels. I'm thinking with the bomb going down, there actually could be some intent to go for a bit of a hunt, just to maybe take 1 or 2 players out of the fold.
Grebeni fights on Khan here. Molly goes deep towards the man, but he's not going to extend out towards the back lines of that plat position. They do fight against that individual, and I think the incendiary should force him out to the open, so he might just be forced to fight. Doesn't quite extend, actually, to that corner. Risky Bob knows that he's there. HE finally comes in, does his damage. Neil will get that 1 exit. And Risky Bob does find Grebeni in the end. So a free AK upgrade as well for Omega. But again, not the round for their favour.
Lear could get dropped out here from the doors, though. Tight crossfire. Card needs to protect him.
He does. Well shot, well down. Another 3 casualty round there for Na'Vi Junior. Omega trying to make these expensive. They've still got cash in the bank, so they'll continue investing. But let's see whether the economy will still remain stable after a good round victory for the CT side.
And even when I look at the last grand final that Omega played in, Jay, the ECL one, the best of 5, I think, so what? Like, it didn't mean anything. Both teams are qualified to Pro League. Didn't matter for seeding. The only thing that mattered was prize pool. So I'm now looking back at all the other grand finals and what had, I suppose, that extra leverage of something to play for, and that's to be another Hellcase winner.
Krebeni involved. Sway going to catch 2 kills for it. Juke can trade back onto the man. Risky Bob continues to hold the advantages for the CT side, though, outside of the bomb site. Continue to put damage down against the AWPer. Jukes and Sentry trying to clutch up down by 2 players here. Molly sent in towards the window. Lear catches the kill through the smoke against Jukes. The AWPer Sentry unable to hit another shot now. Well known towards the CT forces. That bomb dropped in front of the door as well. He's really got no opportunities but to clutch a 1 versus 4. Isolating that first fight. He's the perfect headshot on the second man. And Santa comes up from the high ground, gets the kill in. And Omega will take back the lead.
Well, it's the first time on one of those B lanes we've actually seen a multi-frag from the Hellcup. Zwei previously has only ever been able to get 1 kill before falling. Now there, on sort of a bit of an off angle, he does well to stall for time, and it just drives rotations in quickly. You have Lear that's also fighting off of the back of him, rotating up from the mid angle. Na'Vi Junior had themselves cooking for a little bit, but now they give the lead back to Omega.
Swinging against Makazi. Risky Rob's going to get that kill to start. Smokes off against Xanta. Peek in towards the house. Will get Jukes next up. A 5-on-3 established so early for Omega this time. It was Na'Vi Junior with the aggression that was working for them previously. Now it's gone the other way.
Oh, this is a good timing out on a mid-walk.
Learn to sneak to catch his man. How much does that throw off the CT side, though? It's just the 1 lurker. The real T-side forces inbound to house, and Lyra's going to find Demon. Zig sends out. Krebeni running his way forward. Xanta with a counter spray will dish out similar damage. Keep it at a 4-on-2.
And this is one of the most brawly Dust 2 officials I've seen in a while. Dust 2 currently in the pool is actually becoming quite tactical, Jay. It's been quite slow, pressure heavy on certain areas. We are now getting the old meta of Dust 2 on just fighting for all space.
Na'Vi coming out worse in round 10. Mentioned the brawly style of both teams, and Omega trying to work the better of it. Look at this sneak forward again from Sentry, not seen by Xanta. This could provide an opportunity. The AWP checks it, misses his shot. Sentry takes him. Xanta is going to dive out of the way. He's known about here, though. Molly's deep out towards short. They don't have a smoke towards the cross either, so got to throw that bomb or get it past the car. In the end, Lear's going to catch that kill. Sentry bursts fire. A second kill found as well. Zwei up towards short, still wins the 1v1 clutch for Omega.
I actually don't know how it gets that competitive. That round was just done. Everything fell apart in mid and out there to the start of long. You're thinking 4v2, they're not even going to get close to the bomb site. And then hang on a second, it's a 1v1.
Excellent effort from Sentry, but not enough in the end. And there's that back-breaking economy state. 6 on the board. Minimums taken by Omega. Should be having the half here as well, with only the upgrade pistols out for the Na'Vi Junior camp. Tech 9's on 3. P250's on 2. Demon's good against Xanta, but Lear is so fast to respond towards him. He's the only man out towards long, so no further opportunities for these T-side players. Where you're going to hear them coming in towards the tunnel's entrance. Quick burst onto the second man. Makazi can trade, but only 1 trade. Bomb dropped on site. Krebeni still makes it expensive as best he can for Omega. But 2 players to remain alive should be more than enough to buy into the final round of the half with. He shouldn't be getting a bomb plant minus out for the Na'Vi Junior side either.
It's a great position that Zwei is holding on an eco, playing that back plat area, because most of the time you're not going to have a lot of utility in these sort of investments. So if you get the feeling that there's no molly, there's just no way that they can fight against you at that kind of range with Tech 9s, P250s, 5.7s. It's not going to happen. Krebeni can drop down towards Spawn, and Lear knows exactly to get back and just play with his teammate. Burst a little bit, does struggle, but not expecting Krebeni to do anything from this low HP. Omega give themselves another round, and notice how Makazi is struggling to create openers. I'm thinking about that previous gun round where he just got swung towards the lower tunnels. This is meant to be your star player. This is your player that averages a 1.22 rating in the last 3 months on Dust 2, and he's been quiet across the first half.
sick element across the playoffs, but neutral here and now. We're needing to get loud to offer them an opportunity or two. Orp of Khan and Risky Board back in with a double orb setup to close out this CT side on round 12. They look for number 8. Na'Vi Jr. can still work with a 2-round deficit going into the turn of the second. HE's continuing to damage up for the CT side. Similar returns not available for Na'Vi Jr. Demon now down to 60 points of health.
Khan is waiting for the scale up. Risky Bob with that other AWP. Lid doesn't have a HE, but he can support him with util.
Molly's in, Incendiary is held, Lid the M4. Backed up with the elbow entrance, Grabeni kill onto him. Advantage taken for Na'Vi Jr. Still 2 CTs there on the site and 1 man in mid watching with the AWP. Risky Bob goes for a risky peek, doesn't land the headshot for it. Grabeni can take him. Xanta now alone, solo defender, rallying about long as much as he is short. Eventually he's going to get overwhelmed by Makazi, who does find some impact in this round. It's a 2v4 for Omega to retake with this time. Maybe Demon can get caught off guard towards mid. Khan's watching it. AWP close on the corner, and the blind shot to the AK can connect the damage and the dink down to 27 points of health. Sentry's going to finish him off. Transfer back towards Sway, who will take a trade back, but shouldn't last much longer. As Demon closes the round, it will be a 5th for Na'Vi to close the opening half.
All in all, considering that Na'Vi Jr. lost pistol, lost first gun round, I think they can be quite satisfied with 5 T rounds. Now, that's different to how the rounds have been played out and where we've seen some of the positives and negatives. 5 rounds is workable. It's just that it's going to be difficult because pressure's going to be against you. You're going to be on the CT economy line where it's going to be more difficult to sustain consistent buys. And there's going to be more pressure on both the opening pistol and the opening gun round to say, hey, are you going to deliver? Are you going to put up early rounds?
And second half pistols will see Na'Vi Jr. take to the defensive line. For any of these Julies will strike first and second, not take the third player, but Xanta's now left his team down a man, trying to hunt for the player on short and will get it back with 3 versus 3. As Makazi's picked up again, the flashes in from mid will continue the mid fights for Omega, but no one else is taking those for Na'Vi Jr. instead.
Oh, timing on the lower tunnels player. Is he being watched? Xanta tries to get the refrag against him. They might just have to accelerate into A and get the bomb down.
Yeah, bomb is at a risk in that position, so they opt just to make their way to the bomb site. It has been left open by Na'Vi with the push that's come in from, I believe that's Jugs over on long. The plant will get secured, retake. Oh, not quite required just yet, but Lear has domed in Demon. Could have denied the bomb plant, but no. And from range, Sentry takes Lear back. Xanta trying to hold the quadra clutch. Not going to happen for him. Jugs takes him, and the pistol goes the way of Na'Vi Jr.
A good work from the in-game. I've actually been quite impressed by Krabeni. I think back to the last gun round to close out the previous half. You have him getting a multi-frag against the overextending Lear on the elbow angle and the overextending Risky Bob with the orb. He's now come into the pistol. He's gone Julie's armor, and he's got 2 kills straight away. He's actually making a bit of a precedent right now.
And 1 more to the deficit. Omega buying back once again. Scouts in. Galil's on 2. AK on another. Demon perfectly timed smoke against Omega to have to cancel that hit if it was going to come through. On the default outside of the tunnels. Adjustments will also be seen. The second man that's come in from mid will now join Demon here.
An opening kill is going to be so critical for both squads because the Ts are going to know we need to be precise with our util. We can't use too much too early on in the default. We need to protect it for the site exec. This MP9, with bait and switch that Makazi has on the backside, this actually might allow Demon to get 2. The problem is, can he actually get 2 on half HP?
In the corner, Demon's going to get forced forward and down to Xanta's part. You mentioned utility accuracy. Couldn't get more accurate than that. Makazi now sees so many. Lines up a kill and a half. A second quick burst to the head of Risky Bob. Can't make it a triple. Zwei trades Krabeni's DC. Na'Vi Jr. down a man. Semchi trying to trade it. Doing damage towards Lear, but now he's on half HP himself. 2v2 scenario. Bomb plant will be secured. Semchi's so close. Flash in from his teammate. Khan doesn't fall for it. And the Omega hunker down.
Oh, Lear's going to take first contact cover. player can pick off of him.
Down to Zemtry. Khan being accounted for, and Zemtry dropped into the bomb site with a triple to his name and evening up the board. Krebeni's DC could have thrown everything off, but Na'Vi Jr. hang in there.
Indeed they do, and Makazi on the backside is actually stalling for a lot of time. He's doing decent damage. He's got to wait for rotations to come out towards mid. He gets away with 2 kills. It's a very good effort from Zemtry out there in the window to keep that pressure on. You've got just a slight moment there where, because Lear is fighting the window player, Khan can't peek off of him, so they give away separate 1v1s. It's another force buy for Nemega, but you're right about that DC. That was a good chance for Nemega to get the reset, and Na'Vi Jr. hold on.
Seven apiece. All squared up. Nemega quickly in towards the B bomb site with another buy up. Another bit of done damage to Na'Vi's economy. And the M4 Makazi this time playing outside of the bomb site. Starting to get some real good rounds out of him now. As Risky and Xanta fall victim to his spray. It's a man advantage taken. The bomb is on site and can get planted. That third player still outside of the tunnels for Nemega. He will look to join them and maybe fight on Krebeni as well.
It's only a scout though. It's an awkward gun for this sort of position.
Get towards the AK instead, dropped inside of that corner. Back will be turned towards one of these entry positions, getting back towards the big box. And here on plat, the HGs are placed well. That'll do damage. Bakazi nearly fell to it. Counter incendiaries are in. Bakazi tries to take face. 2 players outside of the tunnels. Lear kills off 1. Khan can trade it. Seeing that second man. 2 versus 2. He's low HP. And Zway comes in with support. And now Krebeni. Now the player on the big box. Pistols pulled. The P2K tapping. But not accurate enough. At 2 points of health. Khan holds his nerve. And Nemega take the lead back again.
I actually really feel for Makazi there. He has done everything. Now, Demon is struggling, okay? He's had a quiet first half. He got mollied out in the previous gun round where the MP9 was basically forced in the open. It's another round where he's just getting nothing. And if I'm Lear and I'm Nemega, I'm thinking the B site is weak. Yeah, Makazi might be there, but Demon is struggling. So let's keep putting pressure onto him.
Force back in from the Na'Vi side, though. They're going to bring in these pistols. This scout out once again. Quicken the SMGs. Zway is going to try and be challenged by 1. Damage being done by Krebeni. Zway is almost out of ammo and has no support around him. He was the lurker out of that position. Xanta's Glock is pulled up. He's picked up by Makazi next. A 5-on-3. And they take the A site, but down by 2. Nemega need to get some trades together.
Indeed they do. They don't have the security just yet of the side. They can get the bomb down with Lear's cross out, but they've got to be wary about short players en masse.
And Khan gets a kill out towards Long. They lose Risky Bob in the short exchange, though. Lear has so many individuals to deal with. Khan finally comes up with 2 of his own. They flash through that smoke, and Lear protects Khan by finding Demon. But now the scout of Zemtry can chime in. 1 bullet will make the difference against Khan from range. The USP comes out, and Khan gets him from the pit. Another clutch for him. A quadra in the round. Na'Vi Jr. outputting frag after frag. So much damage against the Nemega side. But they are up to 9.
And I legitimately think that anti-force by loss has just lost them the series for Na'Vi Jr. Jay. Think about the mentality, okay? That's a 5v2. It doesn't matter if it's a low investment force. You cannot be crumbling those sort of rounds. I actually don't know how you lose that. There were so many players in short, so little damage being done to the CT side. Oh, you're going to be fuming. That is such an easy round to convert.
Nemega now, they've got ecos against them. Straight pistols all held up in mid. Risky Bob's going to prod and find that out the hard way. Good shot from Krebeni and his Deagle. Steals potentially on the table for the CT forces. Demon and Makazi start going back and forth, but Lear and Dan to hold their nerve. Another Deagle shot from Sentry will make it 2 players alive, and this bomb cornered here by Lear. Going to get challenged soon enough. He may end up dropping. And now finally Zway can close in the backstab. Sentry going to be aware of this position, aware of this 1 player, will get caught on the jump face and will not walk much further. But even with those basics, they are still doing damage. 1 good rifle victory will be enough for Na'Vi to counteract Nemega's economy state. But it has to be this one.
It's just been an insanely individual game, hasn't it? We've been seeing so many high-tempo rounds of just pure pushes and players looking to just fight all over the place. And that's an eco that gets extremely expensive in a tactical timeout that gets called for Nemega because from their POV, they've reached double digits. They're on their opposition map pick. they know economy can't be great. Because we reset the CTs, put them down onto the Nico, there's not going to be an AWP for Sentry. So we don't have to be worried about that moving into round 18. We win this gun round, we go up to 7, we've got rounds to play with. We've got a legitimate lead with easy chances to close. So there is going to be a lot of impact and a lot of focus on this individual round in the second half.
Three to the good on the Mega. Could get to map point with a good win in round number 18. Na'Vi Jr. must recognize this. And must find the round for it. House presence from 3 players in the Mega side. Only Makazi there to receive. He's changed positions, trying to change tact. Mentioned the weakness of that B bomb site for him. Now he's got 3 potential fights to find on his lonesome. Xanta walking in. Line up second against Lear. Triple not quite secured against Khan. The bomb is now known towards the CT side. Does he continue to commit? Or does he wait for a regroup?
It's just a lazy check out there for the Mega. Risky Bob's got a good timing. Very close to the doors. Could be a line. Oh, nearly. At least Sway knows there's one more.
Utility pulled out, players closing in from short as well. Juice can overwhelm, and now it's all Khan again in a clutch. This time a full-on 1v3 without the bomb plant being secured. He will have some breathing room. The Molotov down at short will deny a denial. Plant back behind the box. Molotov's on towards site. He's forced into the open, and Jukes can take the kill for it. Na'Vi Jr. got exactly what they were looking for. It does have the bomb plant bonus for the Mega, though.
And we're seeing Makazi put in as good of a shift as he can in this second half. I might have said that he was quiet in the first. He's not in the second at all. We're seeing multi-frags. We're seeing man advantages being developed just by him alone. Now, again, lazy check out here towards long. They're trying to scale towards car and that pit angle. They don't check the off, and it just allows everything to fall apart. You've got a bit of pressure building out there in the doors and towards the lower tunnels. Pure intent to not give respect to the Mega in the default. And after attack, Na'Vi Jr. win and resets the economy down to a lightened eco.
A cash injection, not enough for the Mega side. Need a little bit more out of it. Damage would be nice, but Na'Vi Jr. has certainly been better when it comes to these ecos. And the damage output that they've applied to the Mega as a result of them. First frag against way. An advantage to start, and they're hunting out these mid players as well. Makazi will get picked up through the door by Khan. Very nicely done. The Hades against Lear and Xanta reduce their potential. Sentry has seen that bomb carrier, seen his quick pixel pop up on the Xbox. Smoke's involved and start to back away.
And nothing threatening at the moment for the Mega, but one more kill from an upgraded pistol of that dig from Khan, and then you might start thinking that something's brewing here. You've got a lot of players towards short, mids, lower tunnels in the engage. Na'Vi Jr. try and slow the round down just by blocking the incendiary towards short, followed by the smoke.
Krabeni finding Risky Bob. Turn an advantage up for Na'Vi, doubling up, tripling up. Moderate in the round, looking for the ace, can't quite land it. The Juice is there to respond all the same, and M4 lost. The AKs will stay together. And Na'Vi Jr. are back within 1 of Nemega. Late game resurgence. Can it take control of the game, though? The buys will not be perfect from the T's. The Galils on Lear and Xanta are going to highlight that. Also an AWP in for the CT side as Sentry brings that out to the play.
And there's a reason why Na'Vi Jr.'s track record on Dust 2 looks as good as it is on HLTV. 11 wins and just 3 losses in the last 3 months for them. You compare that to the Mega of just 5 wins and 6 losses. Makazi, aggressive, looking to take a fight early on here in the lower tunnels.
Utility support from his teammates on short. Flashbang-ins without that M4 to peek forward. See a couple of individuals very much stronger with the spray. Get the kill on the first man. Risky Bob can trade him. Krabeni involved towards that short flank as Lear gets caught off in mid as well. Khan's AWP walking up. The bomb has been lost towards the T side and they're losing more players with it. Krabeni with the latest. Khan ducked down past this smoke. Can't catch the shot on Jukes. Right idea about it. Just couldn't get the accuracy. Now Xanta all alone has heard the footsteps of one man close towards the site. But now needs a whole lot of a clutch. Just not past. He's been seen there, and Santa can get the kill. But down at 3/4 of HP. This means that he's really not got anything else left in the clutch here. And Jugs will shut it down. Na'Vi Jr. are once again all evened up to Nemega.
Krabeni is the second lowest rated player for Na'Vi Jr. on Dust 2 in the last 3 months and had a pretty rubbish game against Aurora. Just 27 kills and 30 deaths. But I'm looking at him in this grand final, Jay, and the in-game leader is topping the server. We are seeing impact on aggressive moves, trade frags, and overall making a statement for the team to try and edge this comeback into a win.
Na'Vi have Khan facing against him and trying to resist with the Deagle in his hands. A kill found towards Long. A second player on Long that will get challenged as well for the CT side. Semtree's focused in with mid, and the shot from Risky Bob gets Bakazi next. Khan finally falls. The AWP player pressured once again. The 4-on-3 ensues, even with the disadvantages of the utility basis. The man out in the open, Azanta, gets a pop shot off on Krabeni, but doesn't get the kill.
This actually is quite worrying. I know that there's no armor, but you're looking at a 3v3, and they know that Demon is weak. So where are they going? They are targeting B on the eco.
He's had 6 kills so far in this game. But again, they are without Kevlar, the Deagle to fight from range. Demon to fight from passive. Up on the site, not revealing themselves as much. We'll hear those footsteps, though. That will call in the backup smoke down to try and block the cross. Enable them to get the bomb towards site. Look for the plant. No! The spray of the wall bang times it well on Lear. Risky Bob grabs that bomb and should get the plant together. But it's his M4, the only rifle in this 2-on-3 for Nemega to fend off.
And they've only got 1 incendiary for the retake. So while it's a man advantage, Na'Vi Jr. can't afford to hang around for too long. They're going to have to be quite dry on the retake.
Flashing their way in once. Flashing incendiaries mentioned out towards Long. Risky Bob going to take the engagement with that M4. Fights on towards the door player. Demon going to get caught off as Risky Bob lines up a second. Zwei known about. Krabeni on the corner. The Deagle needs the perfect headshot. He doesn't quite land it. The tags are there for Krabeni though. And Zwei can wear him down to hold the eco steal of Nemega.
Oh boy, how's that happened? There's such a lack of upgrades, no armor, a few deags, and it is a round victory for Nemega on what was a 10-10 scoreline.
What a shot for Khan to start off as well. Na'Vi Jr. hitting a brick wall every time they're even against the Nemega side. Cannot seem to push past them and get a lead of their own. Or being shot for Khan, blinded by the flash, but Juke still drops. Advantage taken in just the opening moments of round 22. And it's a round that is an all-important must-win one for Na'Vi Jr. as well. They will not have cash to sustain themselves into the 23rd. At that point, it would be map point for Nemega. Take Dust 2 away from Na'Vi Jr. Their map pick in the series, that could set them back a long way, because we said at the start of the series, Dweg, Ancient coming up next. We don't think that Na'Vi are going to take that map.
They've slowed this round down completely. Krabeni is completely alone, and he's been seen towards pit now.
Flashed off, tried to go silent, but he just reveals himself with vision. Xanta quickly swings against him, gets the kill. Very little damage done to the Nemega side right here. Packed up outside of Longhouse. A 5-on-3 for them. The wraps from Makazi may catch them if they take too long, but still a 2-man advantage for them to trade against.
I don't think you can play this 5v3 any better. You're packing and you're holding the backstab. That's just perfect. That is Nemega with textbook CS.
Zwei will catch Makazi. Player and card being seen. Demon finally striking to find some impact, but not much of it. It's a late round trade. Sentry all alone now. Needs a miracle moment. He gets 2 on the lineup, and Zwei is low. That HE, if it's placed right, it's not. It could have caught him. Instead, Sentry's got to get back on a high ground. 20 seconds to defend. The Orps starting to move. Bomb on the back of Zwei. Sentry leaning closer. That's seen Khan. Can't tap him. Sentry's taking it back. 1 versus 1. Zwei's low HP! And Sentry has stolen the 1 versus 4. Na'Vi Jr. refused to die!
Oh, now we're coming. Now we're talking. This is the kind of grand final we're hoping for. Nemega with a 5v2. Just try and go towards the site here. They trade the car player 1 for 1. They seem to be doing everything right until the AWPer that's on an M4 does this. Semtree with one of the biggest clutches of the game.
huge moment. The AWP at close range couldn't hold. The HP too much of a difference. And look at Omega on the buyback here. Upgrade pistols, AKs in for Khan. What a way to respond to a previous round that you lost, being basically an eco on your opponents. Na'Vi Jr. Are they finally going to break this trend? Are they finally going to get a lead over the Omega camp? Jugs will be resisted against, but Khan is low HP.
I just can't put the AK in anybody else's hands. No one else is heroed on armor, so he has to try and rock this for the entire round.
What can his teammates do to support him? They've got utility. Flashes and spoke between Risky Bob and Lear. Khan, well known about here on the Xbox and in mid, of course, hasn't really got a lot of opportunities, a lot of options from this position. Rifle dropped on Juge. Maybe that could provide another opportunity. The AWP pulled out, seen by the Glock face. Zway is going to get picked up. SMG from Lear. Quick swings against Sentry. Takes him back to a 3 versus 3. Player in a spawn will not be able to do much. Lear will put that bomb down. The round may as well be on. The Deagle, a Risky Bob. Gets Grabeni on the wrap back. And the flash in will stall Demon. Hold back, hold on the footsteps, can't go try to jump. McCarthy moving up to the boxes. The rifle finally caught. Demon strikes the SMG of Lear. Now from range, gets back to the site, but can't hold on. Past the AK from range. Demon just holds the kill against him and will hold the round. The advantage at last for Na'Vi Jr. A map point over Omega.
What is even going on right now? That's nearly another eco win to come through for Omega. The timing that Makazi gets up there on the elbow boxes, it seems as if the AK and Deagle has played this correctly. Risky Bob and Khan want to fight against the player setting up the util, and instead it's the FAMAS that does all the damage. Lear's just trying to play time. He's trying to protect himself, getting back behind the box of cover, and instead it's the B player on rotation to clutch up. Na'Vi Jr. on map point on their peg.
One's descended into pure chaos in the last couple rounds. Na'Vi worked tirelessly to get to this position. Finally, they are here. They have beaten Omega to the punch on map point. But can they get the all-important 13th, or will Omega have us at overtime? The damage of that low buy is irrelevant. They haven't been able to limit them all that much. A couple of bits of missing utility here and there, but nothing major to speak of.
We have seen 3 13-11 map wins in the playoffs for Na'Vi Jr. One against Amcal in the third map decider at Dust 2, and one against Aurora yesterday in the second map of the series of Mirage.
Only a couple of kits in play. Na'Vi. Or in the Sentry. Did see the player at Suicide. Took a shot in the hopes of getting him. The HEs on the smokes will reveal nothing more. And Omega quickly into Longhouse and into Long.
And packing. Now, we've seen this previously for Omega in gun rounds, making sure they're being tight, not overextending on the defaults. Now they're walking up on a contact because they've got Khan scoped in from pairs.
Counter smokes there for Grabeni. Hard on the drop down. They're going to walk their way forward. Finally get towards the site. Bomb a little bit late to the mark, but Zanta's there to protect it. Counter incendiaries are in. Krabeni's considering his pushes. They hear him moving. Zanta just caught a little bit of vision. Molotov towards that corner will ensure he doesn't make any further presses. They'll drive the CTs out of A.
And there's not a single incendiary on the retake. This is actually going to be quite tough in a 5v5.
Smoked off as well. They've got a counter molly as well in from Risky Bob. He puts that on short. That will stall them for even longer. The smoke's involved. The flash is turned away from his way. Doesn't get out of the way. Can't down to kill. McCarthy all important. Risky Bob trades him. Demon gets right back onto it. Zanta with a trade. Risky Bob responds. Secondary orb of Khan gets on towards one, and Demon's all alone. Seeing it, Gandalf. A shot rings out. And the AK quick transfers to the headshot. Xanta's triple holds down the center of the bomb site, and we play on for overtime.
Oh, here we go. What a start to the best of 3 this has been. Na'Vi Jr. actually look quite good on the retake, don't they? Those quicker pops in, the flashes through the short smoke, they just start exploding out. You're getting kills from Krabeni, Demon, and Makazi, but then eventually the refrags come in. The trades are tighter for Omega. And while it was map point for the underdogs, for the Academy squad, they just can't quite get the job done.
Wowee, this one got chaotic and rough near the tail end of regulation. Now it's full rifles out for both sides. We enter overtime here on Dust 2. Na'Vi Jr. I said before, their map pick in this series, so close to losing control, so close to gaining it to start the best of 3.
So close to nearly losing 2 ecos in 3 rounds.
That's true. How different this matchup could have been had some little bits and pieces gone in different directions. Akazi's AWP posted from lower tunnels looking into upper. Risky Bob holds his position, as do his teammates. It's all just a default play, trying to force out a fight from either side, and no one's looking to bite.
Don't see Makazi very often on the big green. This might be one of the slowest rounds that we have seen from Omega all half so far too.
Oh, Jugs just faced in completely dry. Kill comes easy. Semtry strikes on Risky Bob. Xanta can respond towards it. Semtry doesn't hit a secondary AWP shot, but his HE will land on Zwei deep over at the tunnels. Makazi is tagged. Incendiary's involved. Makazi missing on the secondary AWP shot. Dives back out of the way. Semtry to look on from CT spawn. A 3-on-3 ensues.
Is pressure getting to them, Jay? That's a 5v3. That's a huge advantage in the round that now is basically going by the wayside. Now, this looks to be a short fake into what will be a B split.
Forming up towards a straight B commitment outside of the tunnel. The smokes are in 17 seconds. It just takes a good sequence from Demon to shut it all down. Flashes, keeping him blinded. They check the carver. Xanta's picked up. Secondary kill, lesser so, but he's stalled for time. And look at Semtry on the side. An AWP shot missed out. Khan now needs to prioritize that plant. Incendiary is coming in for the CT side. Won't extend towards him. He peeks forward. Sway's caught with his back turn. Khan turns it into 1v1. Knows exactly where the player is. Playing around the high box. He's trying to look for the one shot that he requires. The pistol's pulled. Khan sticks on the AWP, and that's the wrong decision to make. Semtry takes it back to the lead of Na'Vi Jr.
Oh my, some of these rounds, the Incendiary doesn't quite spread out to the planter, and he thought for just a moment when the AWP misses, when Semtry out there in the window doesn't catch the other player in the post, that it was just going to be over, that it was going to be a response by the T side. That timing is everything. Semtry is giving Khan a good run for his money right now on who is the best AWPer on Dust 2, because both players have been providing raw impact.
This one down to the wire in part to their efforts, and also in part to the efforts of the IG Elves, who are the high-fragging riflers of their respective squads. Krebeni leads the charge on the server overall. Makazi, AWP from range, still can't seem to hit these shots. Molotov in the, away from the backside, forced to use a smoke here. HG's against him, counter utility from Demon, starts swinging out into the open. Zwei almost got caught off guard by it, but neither side gets the kill.
It's good info. Knows that there's 2 players on B directly, so they can put more pressure towards short and out there at long. The B anchor is extremely lucky to get out of there alive. At least Xanta falls to the AWP elsewhere towards long.
Kill found. Krebeni swinging, saw the player at the blue bin, trying to engage him in the drive-bys. H is coming in. Lear should take some significant damage. Incendiary out of position as well. Finally caught back. Advantage extended by Na'Vi Jr. 5-on-3.
Makazi, off angle, jiggling, likes to get at least a 1-for-1 here.
Risky Bob and Zwei start moving up of their own accord, though. Smokes will block the Kosovo from hiding vision. Semtry's going to get picked up by Zwei, and Makazi still holds his nerve on the automatic rifle. Is he going to get checked? Is he going to be seen? The footsteps will give away the game that they're rotating back away from mid, but where do they go with it? Split play from CT into A, counteraction on the B play, and the execution itself. Lurker will hold CT spawn. Jugs have to check for it as his teammates make their moves up. Makazi checks, footsteps heard. Zway's going to get picked up. Man advantage extended to 3. Krebeni holds the center of the bomb site, and Khan left alone. 10 seconds to this clutch. Not going to happen for him. Na'Vi Jr. finally coming into their best form at the tail end of this map.
And it seems as if they're striving in the chaos with all of the pressure on being towards the end of regulation, being pushed into overtime against a top 30 team in the world, against basically a threat in all tier 2 cups. They're actually showing us that they can hang at this level, and that they are making some of these rounds feel uncomfortable for Omega. Now, I'm glad that we're not seeing any more double AWPing from Makazi. I don't see the point. I think you just get so much more impact out of him on a rifle. Why is he having the AWP in his hands?
Been proven with the way that he's not been able to hit anything in those last couple of rounds here. So on the AK, he will go, rightfully so. The single AWP for Semtree, and Semtree alone here on the CT side. And can't conform on himself. Two T-side weapons for the Na'Vi Junior camp from Makazi and Judes respectively. It's a 4-man hold of Long to start off this round. Quickly rotating back to defend short from Semtree's position. It's the engagements out from Kwabeni that strikes first, and a longhouse Xanta picked up so early. These man advantages taken quickly by Na'Vi Junior. Omega struggling to trade it. Lear will try his hand at a trade at CT spawn. There's Demons right there. Molotov out position. Will be forced to take a wider face and do quite a lot with it. Damage on the first, kill on the second. Juice has just seen the bomb carrier hiding inside the smoke. He will get risky off, and Sway's thrown about the 5-7 picked up. He's caught on the reload. Lear alone now lurking in mid. 1v5. They know exactly where he is, and they'll take him down. All 5 alive for Na'Vi Junior to close out their 3-0 sweep of the first half of overtime.
They have slapped them about in OT, and the more that we're watching Na'Vi Junior, the best of 3...
Shouldn't make much of a difference at the moment. That player will be limited in what he can do. Demons ready for the tunnels push on Risky Bob and Zwei. These two players fall. It might seal the deal here on Dust 2. The AWP fires, the M4 swings, and Zwei opens the round instead.
A good pressure for Omega out here to the upper tunnels. Now, Risky Bob's transitioning back because he's wary about a mid-foot sort of push. He's wary about what could happen elsewhere on the map because they've gone aggressive into the upper tunnels.
Xanta and Khan, a couple more picks on Judes and Krabeni. Semtree will try and answer back, get one out of the exchange. They're needing a little bit more here. The 2v4 is what's ensued. Makazi getting Xanta, may open up an opportunity. The swing forward from short, bomb going down on the site. Player close at CT spawn, but 2 rotators in from short. They'll plant open. Makazi's picked up Lear. It's a 2v2 now. The AWPer nailing at the bomb site will dish out some damage. Straight wallbang on Makazi, and Semtree gets caught off by Zwei on his quick headshot as well. The Omega evade disaster, keep themselves alive.
They plant open for long. The issue is they've got a lack of utility in that post plant, and because they know pressure is building straight away from CT and up at short, you don't have that time to try and cross out, to try and slow the round down, scale out to car, maybe get down there at long. You just got to keep fighting. A wallbang shot with the AWP was enough to set it up. Now, this is a Na'Vi Junior side that's going to have a total of 4 map points. They had the 1 in regulation. They've now got the 3 in the first overtime. You just wonder, do they have the pedigree to close? Are they able to do it?
Semtree is struck again. Risky Bob first to drop. Pick up of the AWP kill in mid. Advantage that the Omega will have to play against for now. Look at the extension here from Makazi. Khan's not ready for it. The AK is taken down. The AWP now is a 2-man advantage for Na'Vi Junior.
So early into the round, it starts spiraling the CTs. You start forcing a bit of an over-rotation. They're basically just going to try and get everyone out towards mid and gamble B.
HG's will stall them, but the T's trying to work their way forward in the tunnels. Lear in towards the firing squad. Makazi takes another kill. Xanta finally with a responsive, but he's been legged low and flashed away. 23 HP for him. Semtree on 4, and a player from long starting to make his way in. Duke starting to get accounted for right here. The smokes are down, but the flank now in effect. A site could be an option for Na'Vi Junior. They've got time to work with.
Xanta is just so low. He's hoping that he can get a bullet on one of these Xbox players trying to scale up.
He debated him. The spray against Krabeni will dish out significant damage, but not nearly as much as Xanta has to face against him. The bomb's crossed. Jugs has caught Xanta meanwhile, and it seems like it's lights out for map 1 from here. The Omega fought hard and fought well. Fought to the higher ends of the tier 2 space, but Na'Vi Junior on their own map pick fought a little bit better for a little bit longer. 16-13 in overtime. They have map 1.
Yeah, fair play to Na'Vi Junior. You could see at certain moments in that game they got tested massively. The eco win late in regulation, and then the near second eco win only a few rounds later. I would say both teams could have closed in regulation, but what ends up happening in the end is that Na'Vi Junior show that in a grand final against a top team in tier 2, they can at least take a map.
Indeed, they can, and that shows quite a lot, I think, considering that earlier on coming into this series, we were worried because they went so close against a team like Nine Pandas, and I was seeing it towards the tail end of the map, how they were getting closer and closer towards the Mega, but they weren't able to win a map in that last series, and the Mega kept pushing forward piece by piece, time after time in that regulation. A hell of an effort had to get pulled out by the Academy players, but they've done what we hope that they can do. They've taken their own map pick, but now it extends towards the Mega's home territory. Have they done enough in your eyes to convince you that a series win is on the table for them?
Well, I'm going back to what we mentioned in the pregame. Both teams play a lot of Ancient. Both teams play a lot of Anubis. And I'm thinking about now with how competitive Dust 2 is, it could just come down to a couple of key rounds. Maybe the odd clutch here, the odd anti-eco still. There's going to be pinpointing certain rounds in the first and second half that's probably going to be the difference to say, okay, that's how maybe it was a 2-0 for Na'Vi Jr. That's how we're at least going to a third map decider for Nemega.
And key individuals may make those differences in those rounds. So keep your eyes out for them and keep your eyes for Ancient. Coming up next, our second map in the series is picked by Nemega. After this very short break, we will return with the grand finals of Hellcup.
You look into your inventory and there's only... It's time to forget about this garbage. Here you will find everything to play with really cool skins. Open top cases. Upgrade dropped skins and turn your junk into a cool gun using the contract system. Every day, thousands of people upgrade their inventory with us. Hellcase.com. Look at yourself in a new way.
Back, keep bringing it back, back. So I'm back, keep bringing it back. It's all like swinging back, keep bringing it back.
running in place. Y'all really testing my patience. Right before I blow up the spot, I had to get back to the basics. What if my talent is wasted? It's sick, but I'm lacking the placement. Thoughts as I rap in the basement, but my come up is legend, is greatness. I don't care now, it's pedal to the metal. I can never quit now, I will never settle. Puppet to the game, I'm pulling strings like Geppetto. We in the same game, but I'm on a different level. I passed it. Gotta keep grinding till I'm laid up in the casket. No fake round, but you feeling too plastic. Yeah, y'all feeling too plastic. They say my style crazy, but then it's straight jacket. Wow.
Why you still testing my patience? Trying to turn me into something I ain't trying to be. All the hate is in heavy rotation. You gon' lose yourself, quit testing me.
Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Wesley, test me.
Yeah, yes I know no better. I ain't got no chill, so they call me a devil, I know. Look, I am just a man on a mission. If I want it, then I get it, I go. And if you're trying to test me a beast, you gon' need Liam Neeson. The chance that you taking is flagrant. You're testing your luck. If you think you make it out, then you're sadly mistaken. Careful what you putting your stake in, cause I ain't got no patience and no limitations. You trying to figure me out and I know I don't make sense, but no one's there when you call like you're trapped in the Matrix. You need to take a break from it, I think you should take 6. Cause yes, I hold a throne and no one else can replace this. The pain will only go deeper the harder you chase it. I'm the greatest that you ever met, it's time that you face it, so tell me.
Why you still testing my patience? Trying to turn me into something I ain't trying to be. All the hate is in heavy rotation. You gon' lose yourself, quit testing me.
Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Cause I'm looking like Wesley, test me. Wesley, test me.
Kiss like that, that. Kiss like that, we can come back. The time is gone. I'm running to escape from your left. Don't lie, cause I know your heart. Don't try looking for someone to forget. Cause I gave you my whole life, and instead you gave me nothing. And you left me here lonely, hey, hey. I was lost on my own way. I will never be the same girl, but someone told me never
like 0 degrees. I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in the cage, I'ma let out the hood, out the hood, out the wake up, get out the sheets. We came from one man, forget that peace. You take the west side, take out the east. I'ma put them in the cage, never let out the fire.
I hear him chat to me boys, move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys, man so tough, but man's keep rocking. Just too sharp with the prize, white girls gotta tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pine, if you wanna touch man, please use caution, 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 caution.
Voices rise. Let's go. I was born to kill it. I was meant to win. I am down and willing, so I will find a way. It took a minute, now it didn't happen right away. When it get hot in the kitchen, you decide to stay. That's how it winners made. Stick a fork in the hater on my dinner plate. I walk into the fire like it's just a bit of flame. I switch my style up, push the money pile up.
What's in store for Hellcup this time? An enormous giveaway of skins worth over $15,000. Open a new crowdfunding case loaded with amazing skins to boost the tournament prize pool. 2 Twitch giveaways just for viewers. Type Raffle in the chat and don't miss your chance to win one of the skins during both tournament stages, the group stage and playoffs. Get ready to join the action.
Navi Jr. have edged out Omega, taking the opening map in this series, but can they do it again? Ancient, a very different beast. Both teams love it. Omega picked it, though. Are they going to answer back, or will Navi Jr. stun us again?
I did see a 13-0 by them yesterday against 500, and that's one hell of a statement. So let's see map 2 of the series if they could do a similar one again.
Krabeni is set back towards the wood wall here on the B bomb side defense. He knows that there's players coming in towards that lane position. The smokes are up to suppress for the time being. The Omega counter-rat their position, start rotating in from mid. Jude's going to see what's going on there at the red room, and he'll get Molotov back. Rejoin the A site defense alongside Simtree. Let's see them coming. Good headshot. First blood drawn out by Duke. Second player open to the bomb site. Simtree's going to be able to strike on the ball. Risky Bob. Khan can take one decent trade back, and Lear's going to walk right into the site, completely dazed and confused. Makazi with that kill, but now him and Simtree are gooshed down low HP. A couple of easy trades for the T side players, but they've got to act quick because backstabs are closing in. Jukes holds his nerve. Khan looks back towards Krabeni. Jukes picks up Khan, and now it's Sway all alone. Time to work with. Needs to isolate both of these fights, and one of them is extremely low HP. Can't hit that closing bullet on the crack angle back towards CT spawn. Knows that Makazi's rotating, but Jukes just takes the straight triple in the pistol round win for Navi Jr.
Now, to break that round down, it seems as if Omega want to go in for the B lane with the 2 smokes that come from short and long, but because of that resmoke from Krabeni, it's an immediate cancel. They try and shift the offensive, go up shelf and into Donut, and notice how Jukes gives himself a little bit of an off angle, doesn't he? He gets behind that CT sort of defensive line, behind default, but he doesn't tuck. Instead, he tries to fight on the left, fight on the right, and that triple was a main reason to why he was able to stay alive for as long as possible and also give rotation room for the majority of players.
Navi able to convert upon their returns, convert upon the previous round advantage. Previous map now going up here on the second. The CT side in control against the Eco pistols, the Glocks. The Deagle out for Zwei. Already Lear's fallen. Zwei's on 34 points of health.
And it's the same conversation that we had with Navi Jr. at the beginning to say, okay, they need to curve the Veto slightly differently to just have a different map so they're not picking into Ancient and Anubis. Could you say the same for Omega? Could they have come into this Veto and maybe picked an Inferno instead to not pick into such a strong map for your opposition?
We'll see whether they end up regretting it as time goes on. It's early doors from now. That lead sits in for Navi Jr. and Omega shouldn't be able to contest it in round number 2. They'll try and overwhelm the A-bomb site, which 4 players to run down Jukes if they can close the gap against him, maybe. Sneaking the bomb plant, sneaking the rifle. Cash injection for the next, although now backup starting to push on from that elbow angle, and now a second player in the donut, so their chances to do so just got extremely low. Kazi and Jukes hold their crossfires and no one goes down on that exchange. Navi Jr. confident second.
And when I'm looking at Ancient, there's actually just stupid HLTV rankings being posted from both sides, and that's mainly because it's such a successful map in the pool. For the Omega side, you've got Risky Bob, who's averaging a 1.20 rating, Xanta at 1.25. You look over at Na'Vi Jr., and you've got Makazi at a 1.33, followed by Krebeni at 1.15, who actually showed up in a degree that I hadn't seen from him, personally. His Dust 2 impact was second to none from what we saw in the previous game of the playoffs.
Top of the board in the server. The element now from the Na'Vi Junior side going forward, still backed up by some impact from Warriors from Sentry and Co. Xanta will strike first, however, trying to put his own impact on the board of the rifles. He's run down by Demon and his MP9. The pistol's pulled out and gets a ton of damage on Lear. A 4v3 can ensue, but Makazi has taken Khan right back through the cheetah spam. 3-on-3 ensues, and Lear could fall extremely easily.
Demon wanted to try and get that rifle rather than reloading, and that's why he lost the fight, because he couldn't get out to the rifle.
Now Risky Bob's low HP. McCarthy swings to finally get Lear, trying to double back on towards the bomb carrier. Risky Bob's forced to fight, and he will go losing his life. It's all on his way. 1 versus 3. Held up in mid and flash blinded. The CT side will back off.
And Makazi is 6-0, and that's everything that you want if you're Na'Vi Jr. You want a positive start, and you want your star player involved. Aggression from everyone on that CT basis. They were fighting for all of the territory down to lane.
Picked up, Jugs will close out the last man, and you are right, Makazi triple in this round, firing on all cylinders in a map. And matching Jugs' numbers to open up this 3-0 start. Omega, no bomb plant bonuses. Did see a Galil coming out from Lear. I imagine he's refunded that to go for the half invest instead. Omega pushed on a very early and pretty harsh back foot.
And this is going to be one of the very rare cases in Grand Finals this year that Omega are actually set for not a 2-0. Not for an easy, comfortable affair. They're actually being tested. And with the slow 0-4 scoreline that's going to be generated, Na'Vi Jr. are in a good, powerful position right now.
A little bit of HE damage done to Makazi. Xanta picked up immediately by the man, continuing to extend his numbers. Simple stuff on the Omega side, but no more damage being really done here. These upgrade pistols always going to struggle to win the round, but at least if you can get a kill out of it, if you can drop one of these AKs, maybe you can give it a bit of justification of the damage and the input. In the end, only 1 kill is taken against them, and Zwei so far away from getting a second.
And this is a Na'Vi Junior side that's not only going up against the top-end Tier 2 squad today, Jay, but they're going up against a team that's got a lot of accomplishments as of late. We saw Omega qualifying to the IEM Chengdu LAN out in China. They've qualified to the RMR. They had a grand final position in the last season of Fast Cup. They were able to push this season in ECL to getting a Pro League spot. They'd gone to Serbia. They'd won the rest regional champions, beating Fnatic 2-0 in the semis. And with 3 titles on their hands here in Hellcase, they've got to look at a draw against Na'Vi Jr. and say, right, we're coming for the treble. Instead, this is Na'Vi Jr. that's putting pressure against them.
Looking for Makazi again with the rifles being brought back on the Omega camp. Damage being done to Xanta. Jump face of the AK, the HEs and Sentry, all made it to 56 points of health. So Benny trying to lean forward towards the man. A little bit of damage being done past that smoke to try and even up the HP markers. They can't quite force out the opening kill. Might get forced against them here on the Na'Vi side. Good incendiaries to block that booster car. He's trying to get up on top of a tree, but cancelled it in the end.
So much util with so many players. This is going to be a full-on cancel for Omega.
Forced back, they're still holding the entryway. Makazi and Jugs seeing more mollies coming in. Those flashes send their way forward, and they have mowed through them on the lineups. Jugs with a double, Makazi with 1. Khan low, as is Xanta, forced to fall back as they've lost the bomb and lost the round.
What a read from Na'Vi Jr. They had so many players towards A. They had Makazi out in Donut. They had the spawn player of Sentry, and then Jugs on the off angle. Oh, this is looking awful. And this is looking rough for the T side. This is going to have to be a save call from Khan and Xanta. Oh, 5 down on the T side right now.
Very slow to start things off for Omega. The exit frag later on by Khan there is not really going to mean much in the grand scale of things. For round 5, it's just about saving these 2 guns. Max loss bonus in for the next round. 0 on the board of Nemega on the early part of this map pick. When did the tacticals start getting called to realign themselves? Because when you talk about mental game from that previous map for Na'Vi Junior, how they could have been completely down in the dumps with how, if they had lost that Dust 2, but with them winning it, it feels like they're playing to their best of form as a result.
Well, I'm going to remind you back about the very last Hellcase Cup that we had, Jay. 11th of August this year, basically the tail of 3 months ago, Nemega versus Endpoint. And I would look at that final with similarities and say you've got a top-end Tier 2 squad against the team that we wouldn't consider in that conversation. Nemega won that series 13-8 on Inferno and 13-3 on Ancient. They didn't even sweat it. They came in, they got an easy 2-0, they took their prize money, and they went home. Instead today, Jay, they're going to have to work for it. And now I'm thinking, are they even going to be working hard to take a map? Is this CT side for Na'Vi Junior at 5-0 going to press to what? An 8-4? A 9-3? I'm liking what I'm seeing right now.
Right now, the worst case scenario for Na'Vi Junior is the 7th streak return from Nemega, which seems so unlikely. Very plausible that we look at number 6 at the least for the Na'Vi Junior camp. Half-bore pistols around those safe weapons means that Khan and Xanta are going to be a little bit lightened on their own economy state. Trust that they can pick up a kill or 2 from beyond those smokes and maybe try and see if they can make it expensive for Na'Vi. Demetri does get found by Xanta, so there's at least a positive start on his initial peeking towards the B bomb site. He's extended so far out towards those backlines. Grebeni can take him. Lear's back up, trying to stagger, trying to find that individual. Molotov will go in. It won't extend towards that corner, though, barely for Grebeni's part. They've lost that rifle, and meanwhile, the real hit starts coming in towards the A-bomb site. T-side players with the AWP in tow. Got Jukes back behind the boxes, waiting for someone to peek in. He's aware of that main threat. Risky ball, bomb on his back. The barrel's been seen. The headshot's taken. Quick swing into the AWP, but Khan can trade it back. They can try and secure the plant from here.
That's a good effort from Jugs. It looked like he was going to get 2 and drop the AWP. Backstab towards main. Grebeni's still waiting for that lurk of Lear. Knows that he's got to be around here somewhere. Knows now that he's deep towards CT.
Incendiary to block him. Teammate coming in from the other side of the site. In from A main is Makazi. Both players on AKs. M4 for Lear. Khan's AWP watching, ready to receive, and that should shut out any chances that Omega had of making a 2v3 work. 1 man left, and Grebeni has to save his gun. And Omega finally found their start.
And we saw a similarity on Dust 2 with that 4-0 beginning that Nemega had. Na'Vi took a tactical, and then instantly they respond with a round victory. Now, Xanta is a very annoying player towards lane. He likes to prod and lurk around ramp a lot. And in that last round, we see a pretty common idea of what he can produce, which is lurk smoke down, and just work a timing. He comes up on B, he gets 2 kills instantly, but there's not much to work with in the round at all.
Beautiful double from the man. Now had so much breathing room. And Khan, the closer, capitalizing upon Nemega, and their first round finally goes up. And the bye state of Na'Vi can still play into this follow-up. And Nemega with a chance to really start to close the gap. Na'Vi Junior may have looked fantastic in their 5-0 starts, but our scoreline can close down rather quickly and make it look not so fantastic in terms of how the board will play out. Xanta with extension again past the smoke. Kill found on Makazi, seeing nothing else in mid. Hasn't checked all those corners. Sentry maybe in a dangerous spot, but he misses that shot towards the player over at elbow. Now he's got T-side players working against him. Those couple of connect. Xanta even through the smoke, catching Dukes for damage. A 5-on-3 ensues.
Xanta's trying to be a playmaker right now.
Molotov against Grebeni, forcing him forward. Sway gets the kill against Lear's trade. Advantage maintained here by Nemega. 4-on-2 for them.
And you could just feel the pressure now starting to be pushed upon Na'Vi Junior's backs. You've got Xanta in back-to-back rounds that's just worked timings. He's walked up ramp and sold around. He's now walked on the front side of lane towards Shelf and also just caught Makazi completely sleeping. Jugs and Demon in a 2v4. At least they're gambling towards this B bomb site, but unlikely that much gets generated.
We are leaning forward towards the B site in Omega's part, so the miracles involved for Demon and Jugs. Defensive hold's got to be involved here. Ability at the ready, smokes down towards short. Player at long is a concern. Play with a swing. M4 doesn't quite find the accurate spray, so now all down to Duke. 2 in a 1 versus 4. Scene, quick adjustment. Does get Xanta. No more than that. Risky Bob trades it. And the Mega indeed take their second to break the economy game of Na'Vi Jr. and should be able to get a third as a result.
And this is where maybe you go MP9 armor, go quite light on the buy, put some aggression down from lane, maybe have a doors take. Need to make sure that you're not giving this much respect to the lane defaults at the moment. And try and hit them a little bit hard with the anti-rush util, perhaps. Na'Vi Jr. have given a couple in a row and are not going to use a tactical to speak to Coolio just yet.
It will be light, but not so light or not so heavy as the MP9s. SMGs absent on the Na'Vi Junior side. The Deagles really the only major upgrades, and they are going to work with them. Juke's good shot on Lear to open up. Entering towards A main. Sentry's looking to try to see if he can challenge Khan next up, or from range. Also got Xanta to worry about. This can't extend. Sentry does not connect his kill.
Any exit damage here is just going to tarnish that T-side economy line. Risky Bob waiting for some aggression to come, and at the moment they're doing a pretty good job. I mean, Jukes hits a blinder of a kill on the player just sitting at the steps outside of A main, but 1 kill generated, almost nothing else. Omega with a comfortable third.
Do that Jukes can escape with a second kill for his team. For players in over at Cheetah, they might provide a bit of concern. Again, they are going towards the gambled bomb site, but doesn't quite work for the Na'Vi Junior side. Demon's USP. Now just to hold back over on the long position. Bomb split to commit. The man shouldn't be able to find much. Now he's been seen by Xanta. They can adjust against him. So this round is all but done.
And I definitely get the vibe that the project and idea of why academy teams are being generated has changed. When they first came in, it was about developing younger players to potentially push them into the main roster. I think we had seen that with Spirit and Mouse NXT and Big Academy at the time. But since that little era, it's now been about getting younger players and selling them off. Trying to actually make it viable from an economic standpoint. Try and use the main team that can be basically the money pumper, where you're spending a lot on the salaries, but you're buying these inexperienced free agent players, you're giving them a light salary, and then you're selling them off. Now, I'm looking in the current day with how strong Spirit Academy look, and I think, well, you can only sell those guys to CIS teams. Hey, what about these players on Na'Vi Junior? It's an international project. They can go anywhere. They can go to basically anywhere in Europe and CIS right now.
The options still available to them to make their way up to the main roster if anyone dips out from the Na'Vi Junior, from the Na'Vi main side. But as of right now, you are right. Jukes finding Zwei, Xanta trading back, Demon trying to hold himself ahead of the Incendiaries. They know that he's there with the H. Down. Lear's going to get a pretty easy kill, and the Mega, the main staple squad of their organization, running riot right now on the T side, may have had a very slow start in this map up, but they are coming together to a 4-on-3. Should make it 2. Makazi has no idea of Risky Bob's push. He holds his nerve.
And they're just starting to adapt on this T side now, aren't they? This is a very uncomfortable Na'Vi Junior in the last few gun rounds. And Krepeni might have caught a timing, but the timing from Risky's even better.
Now all on Sentry to hold on to the AWP, because he certainly isn't winning this 1v4. Explosion of life from Na'Vi Jr. at the start of the game, but Omega have very quickly been able to turn that narrative back. The 5-0 going to now 5-4 on the board, and should be 5 apiece as well. We're talking about the 8-4 advantages that Na'Vi Jr. can make out of the CT side, the potential in terms of a one-sided half victory. Now the best they can do from this particular position is an 8-4. Sentry put that bomb back out towards the A side with his kill. Or low HP, though, should go falling soon enough.
Sentry knows that keeping the AWP in play at least allows a lightened buy to have a bit of kick behind it. We lose the AWP, we basically have nothing. Omega starting to generate a round streak, which is putting into question, again, the in-game leadership of Krepeni. How do you try and strike on this city side? I think it's been quite aggressive. We've seen quite a lot of lane extensions from Cheetah and from down from ramp. And while it was successful for the first, well, few buys at least, it's now gotten to a point where it's not successful. So they need to change tack.
A swing from Xanta. Sentry will drop. The AWP not going to stay in. Not much of anything staying in from Na'Vi Jr. They have to stick up to the max loss bonus. And for the next round, the weapons will be light for this one. And so, as I said before, Omega should push up to 5-all for their own 5-round streak that mitigates Na'Vi's start.
And Omega have known that when we reflect back on Dust 2, it was quite round streaky at some points. Do not want to make sure that you are giving up this advantage of pushing to 5-5 and pushing for more. It's been a good return, and aggro flashes coming out from Lear and the AWPer in mid gives a pretty clean sight path there for both Zwei and the teammate up in shelf to take the space and make sure the CTs are defensive.
Na'Vi coming for a miracle round out of these upgrades, and they've taken some steals before, as have Omega over this series. There's damage being done by the rifles as you would expect. Unfortunately, not much offered by the Eagles at the moment. Sentry down to 61. No further contact established by Na'Vi Jr. here.
But they've got a good idea from Omega's point of view of what is going on. They saw a main player and they've seen a red player. You get your smokes down on B and you just entrap the CTs. You force them behind the util.
And there goes Demon. And there goes Dukes. And it's Makazi can get one pick on a 5-7. A little bit kill dry when it comes to those previous 5-round streaks in Omega. Now, one pick out of this round, but no more than that, it seems. The rifles at range means that you can't pick it up, and Khan will lock in a double headshot involved against him and his teammate. Triple overall the round, and Omega are all the way back to Na'Vi's initial lead. The rifles will return for the CT side, lacking in the AWP department.
I've actually been quite surprised about how strong Khan's looked as an AWPer in this grand final. I kind of look at Omega as a team that are more focused on rifling capabilities. Khan is quite happy to rifle a lot more on T sides than he does on CT bases. But from what, he nearly dropped 30 out there on Dust 2, and being 11-4 right now, he's been impactful today.
And the Omega pressing in towards that A-bomb site. You've got Jugs and Makazi on the defense. HE is very well placed. It only does so much damage. Zwei taking the majority of it. Khan's AWP smoked off. That will force the cancel.
Jugs has looked strong towards aim. He's been able to read a lot of these positions, drop the util at the right time. And for Omega, the issue now is, has lane been taken? Because they were getting set up for an A exec, they don't know what areas of the map have been taken by the CT perspective. A slow walk, not a huge amount of time. Sentry's going to double up in cave, and that means the third player can keep eyes towards ramp.
Slow to the uptake for Omega. Xanta leads them in. Entry force to be reckoned with in a couple of rounds over the course of this lane take. No such opportunities presented at this moment, nor was utility heavy in the previous rounds. Demon instead steps up with 2 dry kills out from the short entrance. Xanta and Zwei have fallen. Risky Bob at least holds back some contention. Bomb is on site. HG descent deep, but it's that backstab pushing out. A cheater they have to be worried about. Risky Bob and Khan still strike. Bomb plant can look to get secured. Sentry trying to play the slower kind of game as he does catch Lear off guard, but it's a 2v2 for the retake. Khan's AWP ready to receive. Sentry turns up. Risky Bob turns it around, and he heard those footsteps. He knows exactly where Jugs is. The M4 close to the corner. The AK swings. And Risky Bob holds the clutch in the quadrant. Omega have now taken the lead.
And that was just the Na'Vi Junior side that was set up perfectly. You've got a double cave. You've got a third player on B on an off angle to get a multi. They're trying to distract. They're trying to peek in there from short on the red rotation to buy time for Sentry to come up ramp. The problem is they just start losing fights, don't they? Against Khan, against the Rifler. That should not have been a round victory. Omega should not be able to be in a position to push for 6 there.
Na'Vi. Now they trail. Makazi is trying to strike back. He's trying to get a bit more involved here. been quiet on these rifles since he got towards number 9. He does at least get Lear start, but low HP swung back into Khan. Take another half HP away from him, but the AWP trades.
Semtry's waiting for the peak to come from Shelf, but worried about the AWPer scoping up on the angle. Got quite a bit of contention from the cave individual of Krebeni. He has been struggling individually on this map after being a superstar out on Dust 2.
Molly sent smokes up the site under. Little bit of utility siege. 2 players peeking, and Risky Bob and Xanta combine to take down Krebeni. Risky Bob is low. The SMG starts facing the Judes, can take Khan out, so that HP damage compounds in the end. A 3-on-3 ensues. The HEs will try to shout some damage, but Risky Bob and Xanta don't get anything. They start swinging in towards Xanta. He gets another kill out of the round. Low HP on both him and Risky Bob, though. They need a support as well. They need him to grab that bomb committed towards the site.
Jukes has got to try and get both of these players and just stall for time, buy time for the rotation of the M4.
Sway, oh, they spray through the wall bang. Risky Bob read it right. A little bit of luck to get him through the night. Now it's a 1v3 for Semtry. He needs a lot of luck on his side, although they have got 2 low HP players. Risky Bob and Xanta will be the first targets.
A good site clearance here for Omega, slowing the round down, clearing out all of long just in case.
Bomb now on the site. Plant to look to get secured. Semtry's giving him nothing. Risky Bob and Xanta so wary of this. Semtry's going to watch that backside pillar, aware of where Zwei is. Swing forward. Xanta falls. Zwei also looks to counteract Risky Bob. Ready for the headshot and ready for the triple to close in the half. The 7-5 advantage for Omega.
Well, that might be one of the most impactful tactical timeouts you're going to see all best of 3.
Yeah.
You're down 0-5, you're struggling to adapt, you're going up against CTs that are constantly aggressing the front side of Cheetah and down from ramp. You take the tack and you'd win 7 rounds in a row, and at times look quite comfortable in doing so.
The 5-0 star that had even you worried, Dweg. His worries must be disappearing at this moment. Omega in the driver's seat on their map pick. Risky Bob and Khan leading the charges as appropriate. 13 picks deep on each of those individuals. That's not even counting the impactful rounds that Xanta had on that T side line. The multiple times he entered in on lane.
Well, let's think about the first round they won. It was the AWP AK that was saved around, what, upgraded pistols? Xanta gets 2 kills on B, and then Khan gets 2 kills with the AWP on the A round. So even that one that sort of started this comeback, that shouldn't have even been a round win. That might have been a bit of an expensive one. Maybe you get the bomb down, you get a couple of casualties. You're not meant to win those kind of rounds.
Omega 1-7 on the trot. Now looking to extend to 8 with the pistol win and make the best of this CT-sided half. Second half of the second map. Risky Bob will strike first on Makazi's way, spamming his way through that donut smoke where he's aware of many T-sided players. Droogs just runs out of ammo. His teammates are blocking him. Demon's going to get caught. Semtry and Droogs fight their way out of the corner, maintain themselves on a 3-on-3. Krebeni's on site meanwhile. He supports Semtry with his kill on Khan, and the bomb plant can look to get secure back on the default boxes. And Xanta will drop. It's all left in there now. A 1v3 as Na'Vi Jr. have rushed their way in against the Omega side and overwhelmed them in the pistol round.
And even with how uncomfortable it is towards Donut, they don't panic. They still come out on top with those duels. And this is Jukes winning, what, 5 kills in both pistol rounds in Ancients. The multi-fragging ability that he is having right now is immense.
And Krebeni will close the last man, Na'Vi Jr. Hell of a pistol win. Second pistol in this map up. Both of them taken. And Omega will get pushed back on the back foot in the second round bye. Does leave Na'Vi Jr. a chance to return us to evens and try and reclaim that lead. 5 on the trot with their last pistol win. 5 on the trot here is not impossible either.
And watch out for Risky Bob's dig. He's got a good dig, and it's one of these rounds that you want to try and make as expensive as possible.
Placed in with the B stack, boosted up to look towards ramp for a Ben. He's going to get run down by the USPs. The flashbang is so well placed on him. The Molotov unable to hold them away, although the MAC-10 being gained by the CT side is nothing lost towards Na'Vi, and well aware of the stack that's in play means that they're just going to play towards that A-bomb site. Plant down immediately.
just look for as much damage, and realistically, could be 1 or 2 more kills presenting.
And got utility involved, stopping any real movements on the CT side, although Demon and Sentry have their positions up. Alongside Jude take first contact, goes through 2, triple found, not quite actually. Sentry and Demon taken away from him. Remember that 1 pick being gained, unfortunately, not much more on the eco basis. The dealer, Risky Well, doesn't quite find what he wants. And Na'Vi are back within touching distance of the Mega and the lead. Only 1 more round to get there. The AWPs will return from Khan. The rifles out from the other CT-sided players. Glass cannon for Khan as well in this round.
And we saw the 13-0 against 500 yesterday start on that CT side. So that's where they were able to generate the majority of that momentum and strong fight that basically just gave individual players no kills at all from the Bulgarians. Sentry leaning on a walk forward. Demon is just trying to sell some oppression out there towards B.
Damage done towards the Mat 10 again. Utility forward against Khan. A flashbang goes a little bit too late, so Makazu going to get picked up quick, and immediately his 2 teammates want to hold back behind the smoke. Scribeni is going to get caught by Zwei as well towards Donut. 5 on 3, making it 2 can ensue as Khan gets Sentry just beyond that smoke. I assume there was a gap to the right-hand side, which he abused. And the Mega hunkered down, all 5 players at 100 HP.
It's a bit of a strange round there from Na'Vi. So you've got a lurk coming through from the lane player. You've got Krebeni that's lurking mid, and then a bit of pressure towards A. Now, they're obviously trying to cut rotations. In that kind of round, they're hoping that they can catch players repositioning with maybe their knife out or not quite in the right angle. The problem is, no one's finding impact. No one's even doing damage towards Nemega in this round.
No trade opportunities available for these 2 Nemega players. Hold down the A bomb site, and Na'Vi will not press them. They'll hold back, hold that AK for Demon, hold the Galil for Jukes into the next gun round where they can go for the investment on Na'Vi Jr. Nemega well held. Confidence back much earlier into the half than the last one. City side is in the lead again.
And you think back to that 9 Pandas result on Ancient earlier today, the 11-13, the real close back and forth affair that eventually didn't push them into overtime. And you think, okay, well, which round is it going to be that maybe breaks the economy for Nemega, maybe swings a few rounds in their way? Get themselves another rebuy, but contention is going to be here for round 16. And loss bonus is not great for either squad, and money in the reserve is also quite minimal.
It was in that 9 Pandas match we did see an Ancient get pulled out. 13-11 that 9 Pandas closed that series down with. From the lead that they had at the turn of the half, converting upon the Mayor in very similar set of circumstances. Does that mean the outcome is the same? We're about to find out. Risky Bomb straight in. See that second player. His gun barrel sticking ahead of the smoke. Finally punished by Krebeni. Lear comes forward for the cheater smoke as well. And Zwei is there to trade Demon, who took the player back. A 1v3 for Sentry now. And he can't. Orb so ready for the man. Shots miss out from both players. Not even damage done towards Khan. Sentry tries to fight ahead of that fire. His teammates are coming in real quick. And Khan continues to hold that corner. Shots miss out from the AWP. Essentially taken. Look for that second player. Shoulder around the corner. Glock needs to get pulled. And Santa will get bailed out by Zwei again, who holds a double in the round for Nemega. They're 9th on the CT board.
A good work from Risky Bob. He has been key to so many important rounds over this Ancient. And I'm looking at him being tight behind that elbow smoke. And with him getting 2 without being traded, it just declines everything that Na'Vi Jr. are hoping for there. They're trying to put pressure onto mid. They're trying to take aggressive duels, and they're just losing it out to the player right behind the smoke. His nose is basically in the smoke there.
Number 10 up for Nemega. Surely they should gain it. No resistance of these pistols. Lear will prove it. And see if the Deagles can find any sort of exit. Maybe the kill on Lear. No, not even that. All 5 alive. The economy game can truly build for the CT side as they go up to the exact same margins as it was on Dust 2, a 10-7 before Na'Vi Jr. started returning fire in that second half and dragging it all the way out to the overtime. Is this where they hit those brick walls again?
Well, you can only expect that it's going to be difficult to generate gun round victories because look at what they've done on the map already. They've only won rounds from the start. The 5-0 in the first half and the 2-0 in the second.
Risky Bob again, aggressive, involved, Smokes involved with his own right, trying to block off vision. Makazi can take him with his rifle, trying to get pulled out. Zwei can trade back. Demon's Herd damaged up. And Zwei's crosshair training on second player has no idea. The tracers will reveal the man as Zwei goes back into the rifle. Look up towards Grabeni, he's been seen. Teammates in a cheater in mid, trying to see if they can strike alongside the map, but Grabeni has isolated Lear, taking him down. Zwei's been tagged, the 4-on-3 favors Na'Vi Jr. Xander's not expecting to play the push in from Cave as Grabeni continues to aggress. He'll get the B site under his control, but Zwei is taking Demon and he's looking for a little bit more. He's going to get smoked off, but he's already pushed up close towards that smoke. Jukes, the bomb crushes, and Zwei cuts him down, sees where Sentry is though. It's all on Khan now. His AWP inside of the smoke. Sentry going in for the bomb, will get it back away towards the bomb site. Difficult retake to work with the weapon, no kit and no utility. Can't deny the bomb on itself though. A shot rings out, but he misses his chance. Sees that second chance as well, but cannot seem to connect. They know exactly where he is, and both players are in the exact same position. Khan's going in for a better rifle, an automatic in the Galil, trying to get them to make a move, trying to get them to take a fight, but they are not biting on his baits. Push forward, they swing together, opposite ends of the pillar, and Na'Vi Jr. take him down.
Well, finally, we get some impact out of the in-game lead. I've been begging to see Krabeni do something. First half, nothing. Second half, for the most part, also nothing. Finally, he comes in with impact on the shelf play. Right here into Cheetah against Lear. He catches the timing against Xanta on B, and then he's the one to close down with the triple. We just want to see that more consistently. We want to see Krabeni more involved on this T side.
7 deep. Sentry leads them into the rush on the B bomb site, even through the Molotovs and all. No kills offered up by the CT forces, looking at a kill on Sentry to start. Jukes in the back lines, extends on Xanta as well. Zwei is taking Krabeni back out though in a 3-on-3. It will ensue. Jukes is low. Demon and Makazi are also tagged in this. The retake getting set up for Nemega.
That's coming in quickly, but both of the players out towards Cheetah start repositioning. There's actually a red player trying to go back for Risky, and now in a 2v2, they are slowing the clock.
Zwei trying to take Makazi, but the HP damage is too much for him to bear. The HT of Demon can take him, and Risky Bob, oh, we've seen one man. He's going to look for the pick. Are they going to turn back towards him? Not yet. Kill found. Where's the last man? He has absolutely no idea. Demon also hiding in it long. Risky Bob going to go for the bomb. It's out in the open. Tap it once. Not even going to find the fight on Demon, who holds another clutch for Na'Vi Jr.
Honestly, that was really well played from Risky Bob. So they know 3v3, it's getting really chaotic, isn't it? You just got players running in, spams are coming out. There's 2 M4s spamming in cave and another one CT. So instantly the T side know exactly where the positions are. The thing is Risky Bob goes all the way back to shelf into Red Room and behind. The issue is he doesn't get that help from his teammates. He doesn't get an even trade, which means he's basically left alone in the 1v2. And both of the players are towards long, but both of the players don't give him a fight at the same time.
Look at the money for the Mega here. USPs coming in, double eco stat, or not double eco, second stage loss bonus rather. Maybe better to save for the guns in the next round, but that risk-reward factor. Na'Vi lost all 5 players, excuse me, in the previous round. The chance to reset the economy if the Mega can win this one. Do they want to take that risk?
I would say they don't. They're not typically an aggressive buying team. This is a huge risk when you're up a map in the... Well, not a map in the series, right? If you were a map in the series, maybe you've got the confidence to go for it. I would say it is a risk too far. I'd much prefer to see a full eco here.
Well, Zwei's just refunded his Deagle, I believe he had. I think they are going to go much harsher into this eco round. And that means we will go back to 10 apiece. Nemega The 3-round advantage to allow Na'Vi Jr. to equalize, just like how it went down on Dust 2. But will they edge them out again? Will it be another overtime? Can Na'Vi close in 2 maps? Can Omega take us to a 3rd in the series? This one is not done yet. Not by a long shot.
And watch out for the aggressive moves that Jugs are making. He's the one that got the double entry out on B in the previous rounds.
Sentry, another rush in towards B bomb site. Player in the back, Zwei. Can't resist for long. And tried their stack push in towards Donut. Benny's now getting ready for them out towards top mid. 3 kills isolated, 4th player also found. Nothing found in the round for the CT side. The guns will return for Omega as we are all up 10 apiece on the board.
And I was mentioning it a bit in that OG series, Jay. I was quite surprised to see that Jugs got the call up to the Na'Vi Academy system. Wasn't a player that was on my radar at all. I personally hadn't seen much from him in the Amcal series, in the OG matchup. Even against Aurora, he had a better game, 33 kills and 31 deaths, averaged a 1.32 rating. But the revelation has been what he's done on this map. I thought he had a decent performance on Dust 2, but from some of the utility usage and timings on the A anchor to the multi-fragging rounds that he's had in pistol rounds to now the gun rounds on the T side, he might be the player that we're looking at in round 21, round 22, those final few in regulation to say, okay, can he be the impact man? Can he be the closing element for the Academy squad?
He has made the ultimate difference. Is it enough of a difference, though? And Omega held the lead up until this point. Na'Vi Jr. to take this round may break the CT economy again and be up to map and match and tournament points. Zwei fought first. Sentry going to get the kill. The HE's landing against them, though. Damage being done significant towards those 2 players in that lane. Lear may be able to find a decent fight or 2. They're trying to push forward to the smoke. Makazi, good against Risky Bob, seeing a 2nd player also up in mid. The Orpa can't get much, but Demon finds Lear at Cheetah. They're down to 2 men on Omega. Xanta of Famas to face in against the AK and just forced out the fight. Reduced that man advantage a little bit, but surely cannot defend the bomb site from here.
And they're going to try and flash him off the angle. They've got to try and protect him. Get that plant not open for a spam. Do you even want to go for the retake? This is a tough 2v3 to make the call on.
Resmoke also a cave, going to disallow a lot of vision for Xanta. Khan's AWP snuck into the back. Omega are falling away to hold on to these 2 guns. Saving a little something into the next round. It will be a harsher eco outside of it. Na'Vi Jr. are in the lead again at one of the most critical points in the grand finals. Only a couple away from series victory.
And you might look at that Mach 10 move, yeah? Krebeni that was aggressive towards the front side of Shelf and outside at Cheetah, and say, why with a Mach 10 is he fighting against the elbow player? Well, what it does is it gives a Makazi an easier fight. That distraction out there in Shelf isn't really to commit to the duel. It's to get the info and to take Risky Bob's vision away from elbow and up to Shelf. And you can see Makazi kind of runs through that elbow smoke and catches him straight away. He baits the AWPer. You get some good, impactful entries towards Cave and out there on the B site, and it just ruins the round for Omega. Another tactical gets called to speak to their head coach at Box, because this should have been wrapped up. They're in a strong position from the scoreline advantage, and now they've given Na'Vi Jr. 2 to win.
And 1 to make up for the Omega side. They're going to buy around these weapons. Not half invest, not eco. Full investments on the M4s for 2 more players and SMG for Lear.
And isn't it funny, Jay? We were talking about the high fragging in-game leaders on Dust 2. Both Lear and Krebeni haven't delivered to the same account.
Single digits for Lear. Khan fragging up to number 18 to his board. Jugs picked up first. One of the 2 top fraggers right now for Omega. Only second to Risky Bob on that CT side. And 3rd to the top fragger of the server. That is Jugs. He's fallen. An impact player taken out of the fold. And Risky Bob is dinked down Makazi. Don't now know about the donut presence, but Demon's also in support. And as the red players peak, they completely fall to pieces. Lear, SMG from range. Makazi is still fighting against Xanta. The bomb's been dropped in the open, though. Krebeni's caught Lear. Risky bomb, all alone now. Needs to fight against the two. But Demon has lived up to his namesake, secured a triple. And the Mega have fallen apart. 12-10 for Na'Vi Jr. on map, match, and championship points.
And this is a Demon that couldn't hold the B site to save his life on Dust 2. He was getting owned. He was 5-18 at one point on map number 1, and he has turned it around completely. Pure impact in from mid, and Na'Vi Jr. up against a weakened buy of Nemega.
Na'Vi. AK's up to task. SMG of Lear trying to hold a lifeline. He's taken a kill. And his teammate of Xanta's pushed the issue towards lane as well. They've got a couple of rifles out of this one. He's still looking to hold. Makazi round the corner. The AK swings and Xanta wins the fight. Doubles up to Sentry as well. And it seems like the Mega have got a little bit life left in them.
Well, I'm just surprised about how aggressive that round is. Na'Vi Jr., when you know that you're up against weakened buys, maybe MP9s, maybe for Masters, the lack of M4s, because there's just no economy to light, man, you need to be slowing those rounds down. The last thing you want to be doing is going up against aggression, because that's what Nemega tried to do. They push down ramp, they push out a cave, they push down mid. They're trying to take all of the space in the world. And that's a wake-up call for Na'Vi Jr. because that was the best chance they had yet at closing. Look at what they've given Nemega. 5 AKs in the last round of regulation.
Do we play on? Do we continue? Or do we close this grand final here and now and draw our victors as well for the giveaway? Got last chance to enter that exclamation mark Raffle.
A fake.
Here they come. Utility involved, 3 players drawing their attention over here. Jugs making a ton of noise, the 2 B players still hold their nerve, and Jugs is doing a hell of a job selling it. Zwei catches the train, they see nothing more. The player breaking away towards long, will have to hold something. Lear and his AK has no idea of the K presence. Makazi's walking forward, their backs are turned, vision is lost, Lear turns up, Xanta can't hold. Demon trades, 3-on-3, Krebeni starting to move through that smoke. Lear catches him in the open, and the advantage is maintained by Nemega. They've still got that K presence to worry about. They've still got that lurker of Sentry on his way in towards the site, aggressive now. If only they had bomb information and control, that might change the tide back here for Nemega. They are still up by a man though, 55 seconds to the hits.
Oh, card out in the open. They know that there's one towards long and one towards short.
Demon just barely missed his window. Molotov to drive him away from the entries over at Cave. They're still wary of a red wrap as well. Both players on that B defense are concentrating on one particular avenue of attack. If this smoke may fade, it would be a push from Sentry.
And they're trying to slow play this. They're trying to force an info play for Nemega to just catch Khan sleeping. A flash to at least get Sentry out from ramp.
Second one available for Demon. Throws it over high, out towards short though. Khan can still hold and win the fight. It's all Demon all alone, needing another triple in this round. We'll grab that bomb, we'll tap it once, try and force the fight of Khan. Now aware of the second player and the third player as well. And 7 seconds remain for him. He can't hold on forever. Nemega say play on as we go to another overtime in the grand finals.
It's a very creative call there from Na'Vi Jr. And Jugs does everything to try and force that over-rotation. It's just Lear winning the fight against the in-game leader. We'll see it on the replay. The one fight that he gets against Krebeni, this one, that's just the round breaker. If Krebeni wins it, Na'Vi Jr. close. If Lear wins it, Nemega get up to another overtime.
We go all the way, the full distance, the full beans, as they say. In map number 2, Na'Vi. 2 rounds, 2 chances to close out. But Nemega have kept their lifeline, and they now need 4 to turn up a lifeline and take us to a 3rd map in the best of 3. Of course, at this point, economy game is irrelevant. All the investments, all the rifles, all are standard. So we'll see the best of both of these sides. Will they apply the best of themselves?
And this is so similar to the last 3 maps that was played in the playoffs for Na'Vi Junior before the grand final. The 13-10 that they had against OG on Anubis, the 13-10 against Aurora on Ancient, the 13-11 against the same team on Mirage. Of these close, competitive maps that one round is making the difference. Now, we know that Na'Vi Junior had a map point in regulation on Dust 2 to close it there. It didn't happen. They've now had 2 chances, like you mentioned, but I'm looking at how overtime went down, especially that first half, right? That 15-12 marker. They were slapping Omega about. They were winning key fights. They were just owning the rounds. And I'm wondering, is there a mentality shift from Omega, realizing if OT went like that last time around, we need to be able to adapt. We need to be able to push to get ourselves to that decider of Anubis.
Magic number is 16. Omega, press on. Risky Bob, first man forward, in towards the mid-control. Sentry Zorb has struck first. Xanta down. Makazi trading against Sway and is responsive. Man advantage held here by Na'Vi Junior. The extension towards mid for Sway's going to get nailed down to 19 points of health. And the Orpa Sentry is trying to fight back. Lear has caught Krabeni in a cave. These 3 players over at lane. Point blank for Khan. Sentry lands a no-scope shot as it's easy. Lear towards the front wall. Sentry had to go through his own teammate to take him down, but it's good enough. 1v2, 19 HP for Sway. Surely an impossible clutch.
Now, he might be one of the best clutches on Omega, but when you're on red HP in a 1v2, it's near impossible.
Watching Cave lands it. Sentry. Technically 5 kills on the round, but 4 of them against the CT-sided forces. And an advantage going the way of Na'Vi Junior again. It was in overtime of Dust 2 where they sprung into life. Here they stand at the advantage in the overtime of Ancient.
Just quickly, Jay, double AWPs being invested for Omega. Now, that is risky because your economy is going to be slightly lopsided for both Khan and Zway. That's heavy investments to make in OT. Oh, they've refunded it, actually. Okay. They tried to go for it, and they opted against it in the end.
Double AWPs are working well over on Dust 2. Haven't seen much of it over the course of this Ancient. But Zway's been tagged so heavily, so he may not have been given a chance to strike with the AWP anyway. Makazi has been traded back on a HP marker. Xanta ready to protect the spam kills, the spam attempts from Lear. A frag to start, an AK now in CT hands, and Lear's going to provide support as well by extending towards the shelf side of the smoke. Demon is waiting for something. He's waiting for the smoke to clear. The P's come forward from 3 CTs. Good adjustment. Xanta trades it back. The elbow presence now to worry about here for both the CT players. Lear holds his nerve. They're down to 2 men on Na'Vi Junior. Jukes can take 1 trade, but no more than that. Sentry alone. 1v3 for him this time.
And when it gets this chaotic, when we're seeing so many fights from both teams, it actually doesn't give you an idea on who's going to win this round, because it's just anybody's game right now.
Orp isolating a couple of picks, actually. Held the phone. Sentry's now forces Sway into a 1v1. Low HP again. M4v Orp. Couple of kills out of this one. Not yet to see a kill in the round for Zway. Sentry's got a HE as well to his position. If he puts that on the bomb when Zway taps it, that would be enough. Tapped once, smokes in, HG's up, it goes too wide, he holds his nerve all the way. Zway had only one option to win the round itself, and that is to sneak the ninja in. Grab the AWP and everything, the Omega answer back.
Yeah, so that HE is just to try and break the smoke. He doesn't want to extend too far out in case it's a tap, so he wants to get the HE on the side of the smoke. The issue is it's just too wide. It doesn't go close enough to open it up all the way. Great effort from Sentry. He's performing to an excellent level in overtime. This was almost 2 rounds back-to-back, won by him alone.
The Omega right for the lead. M4 in for Risky Bob. Going to strike first in at the top mid-angle. Elbow isolating Makazi, neutralized. Man advantage for the Omega with, yes, fair damage done towards Risky Bob and Zway, but spread between both of those players means that they stand in a very good position.
Zway is going to know that A site is compromised. The rotations are slow.
Jump around on the tree position. Krabeni just dives in against the man. Drops him to a 4 versus 4. Molly's in against Risky Bob. The HG's in his right as well, but he gets the swing and the kill on towards the captain. And the advantage is maintained by Omega, but it could get traded so easy. He's on 23 points of health. Continues to try fight. Jugs low. Headshot on Sentry. The HG finally connects. They're still down a man, though.
Players out in the bomb site. A big wrap from Lear coming through from spawn.
Aware of Jugs, must start to connect the dots on Demon soon enough. No one's watching main now. They should do. Swing up, kill on Xanta. 2v2, the main flank in from Lear. Finally closes Jugs, is all that remains. Flashbang against Khan. His orb still holds the position. The swing of the AK, trying to pre-fire it. Smokes down. They've got to get on the defuse right now. Once again, going to stick it on the Ninja. Khan holds it. Kill Tart quite tapped towards the forward player. And Omega will edge them out of the turn of the half.
Oh, just panicking in that round. Krebeni gets away with so much util, but I almost just hope that he has his AK drawn. He puts the molly down to slow the rotation. Why is he getting the HE in there? There's just too much util being used from Na'Vi Jr. And eventually that big wrap is just never going to be anticipated. Smoke onto the bomb, they stick the defuse. And that's the problem when the rounds get so chaotic, is it's difficult to actually think in the moment because the fights are just being created so damn quickly.
And that lack of thought costing Na'Vi Jr. a lead. Omega have regained control. But can they keep it into the T side? They had the better half on their T side in regulation. The 7 rounds in a row to respond to Na'Vi's initial 5. Literally set towards the lane position for the Omega camp. Molotov's against Krebeni, going to force him back. He puts that smoke in a cheat though, so that suppresses an Omega for now.
Just try and slow the round now. It should be an info play down from ramp, and Khan is holding quite defensively outside of the doors.
Got U2 in hand. The Orcs now going to start watching for the ramp push. There's 3 players in there. Lears just jumps face to see them. Gets overwhelmed. Drew's going to fight on Khan as well. Demons on the site defensive, and the bomb is in CT control. Omega, 2 picks. Foul of the aggressive force forwards on the Na'Vi Jr. side. Incendiaries against Xanta, forced to utilize that smoke. He protects himself, but the cost of the information given over. His teammates sneaking into the back of lane. Jugs to fight, but to lose it to Zwei.
Oh no, it's all falling apart. This was a 2-man up situation. Now not only is the bomb been recovered, but this is so workable for Omega.
3-on-3 to those 2 responsives. That's all important. Zwei and Risky Bob buying them a chance. Xanta expecting there to be some sort of cave presence, but that's not to be seen. 30 seconds for Omega to make the hit. They've got 1 smoke, 2 flashes, a molly and a HE.
Both of the CTs are waiting for contacts. They're not even jiggling ramp or cave. They are waiting for the walk up on the site directly.
There's the smoke. In it short, Molly sent. Makazi still can hold the vision over towards Long. He finds Xanta. They're down to 2. Think on towards the second man. Demon not going to swing. He's going to try and slow play this. Catch the kill against Risky Bob a little bit too late. Now it's Zwei again on low HP for this clutch. Over towards Long, the USP swings for the casualty. And Na'Vi Jr. Demon celebrating on the defuse. 21 kills deep for him. And 14 all as Na'Vi Jr. even up again.
And that was a close call. That was probably a round where Coolio's sitting there and Krebeni is too, thinking, oh no, don't get too nervous here, because they had everything. They had the read on the info play, the bomb control, the time on their side. It's a decent effort for Omega to at least get it back to a winnable stance, but can't get it over. 14-14. You wonder who's going to be the one on map point first.
It can only be one. But which one to decide here? Round 29 of our game. Makazi in towards mid, is going to get flashed out position. Xanta's taking some early damage in the lane takes. Utility effective for Na'Vi Jr. Haven't quite opened up the kill counts, but Demon's hunting for it.
And they're putting ramp pressure on again. They're not taking, but they're at least trying to go back and forth with Util. Demon might get flashed in again. Watch out for Krebeni's flash to set up Demon.
Smoke's involved eventually to suppress that position entirely. Krebeni's got a smoke of his own right out of cave. And that cancels the attempted take a cheater from Khan and Xanta. Krebeni's going to push ahead of the smoke as well. Will they read this? They might not have to. They've dipped away entirely.
double players on the back wall. When this smoke clears, they're going to try and walk.
Demetri lands a leg shot on Zwei, meanwhile out towards mid in the donut entrance. 1 point of health. He's been playing from red HP basically this entire overtime. He does bait in the crack angle, so the Orb missing its shot back here, pressured by the AKs, but the Incendiary gets Zwei in the end, refaces to Lear, and Makazi's involved against Xanta. In an instant, Nemega lose 3 players, have no trace to their name, and they're ready to receive them on the A side. Defensive, 3 players now held up in donut. Jugs at CT spawn has caught Risky, but the jump of Khan cannot hit any of these engagements. A 1v5 for him to play out, and they can close the backstab as well against him if they want to. Effective as he might have been over the course of this series, it is slowed down to a crawl as an individual. Just can't mantle up again. Na'Vi Jr. are on match point again.
And fair play to Semtry. This is him stepping up in the semi-final to get it over the line versus Aurora, and stepping up again in the grand final versus Omega. I'm looking at that donut position, Jay, saying he's got pressure against him with Util of the Flash, and also mass players. There are so many donut individuals coming towards his area, and he stands and fights and wastes time to end up getting 3.
Na'Vi have been tested and tested. Nemega have thrown everything they've got at the Academy side. And still, they have come out worse for wear. Na'Vi have not quite finished the job yet, but they're a single round away from doing so. And Nemega have to tip their hats to them. It's been a thrill ride of a best of 3. But it could end into Makazi straight up into top mid. Here itself, the HG's to open, and Khan's AWP is seen, but he takes Demon on the way out of the round. Lear follows up against Krabeni. The advantage stays on Omega. They're still pressing lane. Makazi finding Risky Bob. Jugs just missed the angle on against the elbow player. Zwei starting to walk, and Jugs hides inside of that smoke. The AK fought upon 2 versus 2. Jugs looking to fight another, puts that Incendiary, gets onto the AK, and dives out position.
Gets out of there quickly, and notice how Semtry's just holding ramp. Now they are trying to entrap towards B. This allows the bomb to go shelf and put pressure towards A without any reassurance at all.
We're going in towards cave. The B site will be under siege. Semtry in the back lines, the AWP seeing the smokes come down. The utility involved against Long as well. A bit of a gap in that smoke, but he can't quite utilize it. He'll try the blind shot, but mistimed it. Second one doesn't come through. Jude closing in the backstab. Xanta has no idea he's a dead man. It's all in now. The IGL impressing on Dust 2, now looking to impress us in a 1v2. Molly's up against his position. Smoke to go towards the bomb. Holding the fuse to Semtry. The spam kills. Can't quite come forward. And Jugs has pushed the issue. Sacrificed his life for the sake of Na'Vi Jr., who have closed down Ancient and closed down this series. 16-14. They are your champions of Hellcup 11.
Na'Vi Jr. have now won 6 events on HLTV in the last 3 months, winning 37 best of 3s and losing 10. That is unreal. That is such an insane track record with Amcal, OG, Aurora, and now Nemega in the playoffs. To beat all of them is a statement in Tier 2.
Indeed it is. I have to say that tip my hats to these boys. I didn't see them beating out the likes of Nemega. I saw some potential in terms of beating Aurora, given how well they played against OG. Obviously, I picked OG in that quarterfinal matchup, but they have played an absolutely lights-out tournament here in Hellcup, and probably their most legit run. I believe their highest end run of this iteration of the Na'Vi Junior squad. What a performance, what a result. And the fact they went 2-0, what a way to respond to the 9 Pandas result from earlier on this afternoon.
Indeed, and it just feels as if Na'Vi Junior are leveling up. They've gone all the way to advanced. They've won that tournament. They're in ECL, but they've got to wait for that, right? They're not there yet. They're not in there playing with the big dogs of Tier 2. So to come here in Hellcup as an organization that's been here previously, that couldn't even make the playoffs, with brand new faces, newer names that we're not familiar with, and beat this many teams to go, what, back-to-back series of 3 in a row without even dropping a map in the playoffs? That's not easy at all.
No, and again, they deserve a ton of credit towards that here. I think the highlight of the day has got to be how Na'Vi Jr. have composed themselves around this whole level of format, around the Hellcup itself. And you might say it's been weakened at certain points. You might say that there are certain teams and oppositions which weren't quite as strong as the higher end of the Tier 2 environment. I don't think they need to be, honestly, Dwayne. They've impressed so many over the last month or so, and they've come out to be a squad that are now looking on the verge of being within the Tier 2 space more definitively. You could say them as a Tier 3 squad, competing in the lower end of the Tier 2 environment. Now they've proven their talents. They've got the likes of Makazi, who's been doing extremely well. They've got the likes of Jugs, who've been having their impact. They've got a set of players right here that have a lot of bright futures, and a part of this squad, I can see some very bright things for them in 2025.
And even though you and I might say they're newer faces to this level, it's not a new team. This entire roster has been together for over 6 months now. Like, they've been pushing the boundaries. I know that they haven't been on HLTV a massive amount, probably post 3-month window, but they've been grinding a lot. They've been playing a lot of the lower level tournaments, and now getting the taste of what it's like to play your 9 Pandas, to play your Auroras and your Namegas. You're actually starting to show that you can embed yourself at the higher end of the scene and push for not only titles, but victories against some of the very best.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And as a result, again, you can look a lot of positivity towards their direction, because now they've taken that step up, right? We came into this series saying we think that Omega are the favourites. They are a high-end Tier 2 squad. Na'Vi Jr. are not. Well, the fact that you've been able to do that, the fact you've been able to beat a Tier 2 squad, a high-end Tier 2 squad in the 2-0 fashion, means that there's a serious chance that they can compete really, really well. I know they've got one other tournament coming up before the year is over here, Dwayne, so I'm very curious to see if they can maintain their position and try and make a run back to the grand finals of that EPL event. But here in Hellcup, title trophy, well played for their own right, lion's share of the prize pool and everything. On the Omega side, though, it's got to be a little bit disappointing, because you've just gone out in a grand final as well in ECL, and this was prime opportunity, prime real estate for you. You were taking on, yes, a tough squad, but still a squad that hadn't really played up to your level as frequently as you had done. So how much is a 0-2 loss for them going to hurt?
I think a little bit. Again, they were the previous winners. Back at Hellcup number 10, they won the entire thing. They had a really easy grand final. Back at number 8, when it was a slightly different iteration, they also won it. So you're basically trying to show the organization, right, we're coming for the treble. We're coming for another title. You've qualified to Pro League. You've been able to win a LAN in Serbia. There's been a lot of accolades. You've got the RMR coming up soon. You want to come in here and say, yeah, we're going to get a 2-0. We're going to basically brush off Na'Vi Jr. We're going to show that all of this recent run of form isn't against the very best. And instead, you get a competitive series. But to not be able to win out one and to be up against map point on map 1 and map 2. Yes, they both went to OT, but you weren't the one on 12. You weren't the one that was in closing territory.
Yeah, and that really defines how things went for Omega, I think, throughout the series, that they were in control for the majority of the matchup. They held the more staunch leads. They had the more confident game plan when it came down to how they impacted themselves around the tactical pauses. Remember, 7 in a row over on that Ancient. They had the 10-7 leads in both map-ups, but in the later portions, when it came down to those crucial moments, Na'Vi Jr. showed a level that Omega weren't expecting for, and they were able to just to get past the brick wall, basically. Na'Vi Jr. struggled to maintain leads. As soon as they got past there, they won both of the map-ups, and that really was just such a defining thing for them individually. And so, again, I just got a lot of credit towards them over on that side of things. For Omega, though, like, what's the next step for them? Because they have been tested by a squad that probably shouldn't have been able to do so by theory. You know, their level of form has been extremely good recently, but in terms of them, right, like, they were able to get a title recently in Rest. They've come 2 second places now. How does that affect things for them in general in the Counter-Strike circuit?
You got to remember, and we spoke about it very early in the series, of playstyle, okay? Now, you've got a really brawly grand final, okay? If they had anybody else in this grand final, if they had an OG, if they have an Aurora, they have a 500, I think they deal with them quite easily. But just take Ancient, yeah? Look at what we saw in overtime, and look at what we saw at the end of regulation. It's just clutches, bro. Like, we're just seeing 1v2s, we're just seeing mental stuff, and that's because both teams were just trying to be so individual based. And I would honestly say, if you replay this grand final 10 times, it probably goes 5 times to Omega and 5 times towards Na'Vi Jr. with very small differences, with individual moments that probably go either way of either squad.
Yeah, you are right. It was the individuals that ultimately made the differences, and the key moments, the key rounds throughout the course of this series that ultimately pushed things in one direction or the other. So with that in mind, Dwayne, give me some MVP performers right here. I mean, there are some obvious names, some less obvious names. If it was so down to individuals, then who were the best individuals on server today?
Honestly, I want to give it to Semtree. I thought his AWPing was consistent on map number 1. I thought at times, I think in regulation, when we were starting to embed into that second half, we were kind of wondering who's the better AWPer. Is it Khan? Is it Semtree? And I mean, some of the rounds that he was having, the first round in overtime that we saw from him, I just thought he was an X-Factor player that came in at the right time, came in to get the job done, because we saw in back-to-back overtimes, there was high pressure, but they didn't falter. They didn't go to double OT in map 1 or map 2.
Yeah, you're right. And as a result, I mean, it's a very good argument. Personally, I would also lean more towards Jukes, especially towards the tail end of that last map up, where he was, of course, the highest fragger on the board for Na'Vi Jr. He had the impactful rounds that pushed it past the finish line in that overtime. He was, I think, very similar numbers as well on Dust 2 to where Semtree was, but they're both very, very solid picks. And it's very curious as well, Dwight, because everyone hypes up Makazi mostly for Na'Vi Jr., but when we cast this team, when we see this squad, we see the talents in the other elements of it. So, again, it's that whole thing about, yes, you might have one key star which everyone pays attention to, but I look at the other portions of the board, I look at the other elements in the server, and I think to myself, man, this is a team that's stacked with talent.
Well, let's just reflect on the whole idea. You have a 5-0 start in the first half and a 2-0 start in the second. Who won both pistols? Jugs did. It wasn't Na'Vi Jr. It was the triple that he had from behind default on A, and it was the multi-frag that he had in the post plan. If he doesn't have those impactful rounds, mate, it's probably an Omega map. It probably isn't a good start in the halves. You probably have a lot more rounds to play with. So you can just use that to say, right, well, you need 12 to at least get into overtime, and 7 of which were set up because of Jugs' start.
And those overall brawls enabling himself to, of course, again, be an important element, one of a few important elements. And we could potentially go down the whole list in terms of who had the impact. Even Krabeni on map number 1 didn't quite transition it over to map number 2, but as an individual and as a caller, obviously, he pushed things in the right direction. So he's done extremely well on that particular front. Again, we could just ramble on this one for days overall. If it is so individually based for Na'Vi Jr. in terms of their credit, are there individuals to criticize on the other end of the board for the Omega squad?
I think Xanta had a little bit of a quiet game, not massively, he didn't have a poor game, but normally you see him on Ancient in particular being really annoying around lane, working picks up towards the top side of ramp. I know we saw that one round with the Hero AK, Hero AWP where he got the multi-frag on B, but I think for the most part we didn't see the best of showings from Xanta. And I think, again, when we are legitimately seeing, what, 3, 4, 5 casualties from both sides combined in the first 20 to 30 seconds of each round, it's difficult to pinpoint individual players dropping off because everyone is fighting. And it becomes almost spawn dependent. It's like, right, I've got the best spawn going out towards doors on B. I'm charging up lane. I've got the best spawn going cheetah. I'm going aggro cheetah. It was so dependent on aggro duels from both teams across both maps in this series.
And ultimately, it was, again, the Na'Vi Jr. side that edged them out. I kind of want to label a little bit of criticism towards Khan. I thought that his AWP wasn't quite as impactful on map number 2 as it was on map number 1, and that might have been another key difference maker in terms of how things went on the Omega side. So again, little bits of importance, but you are right on your assessment earlier where if you said to replay this series 10 times, then probably half of them do go the way of the Omega side. So just things to focus on in terms of finding that individuality and trying to come up with a better game plan perhaps in how you challenge the likes of the Na'Vi Jr. side if they do face them anytime in the near future. But for now, of course, that is them done, and that is almost us done as well in Hellcup number 11. We have one more quick thing to go for. As you're mentioning, over the course of the series today, we've got a raffle going for an Autotronic and Bayonet Autotronic worth quite a bit of money. So one of you guys is in chat right now is going to get drawn on that victory. So we're going to head towards a break. When we come back, we're going to have a chance to speak to one of you as we draw out our raffle giveaway winner.
You look into your inventory and there's only... It's time to forget about this garbage. Here you will find everything to play with really cool skins. Open top cases. Upgrade dropped skins and turn your junk into a cool gun using the contract system. Every day, thousands of people upgrade their inventory with us. Hellcase.com. Look at yourself in a new way.
chat with the boys, man so tough but man's keep rocking. Just to shot with the guys, white girls like tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan, if you wanna touch my beat, just
And welcome back to Hellcup as we look to close out the day and close out the tournament. We, of course, have our victor of the Bayonet Autotronic Minimal Wear giveaway. CS16 Enjoyer joining us on the stream here today. How you doing, my man? Congratulations. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Dragon Lord. Thanks.
All right, then. Go on, Dwight.
Yeah, no. Is this the first time you've had a knife before, mate?
Yeah, first time.
Cool, great, awesome. Well, what are you planning to do with the knife? Are you planning to hold on to it? You're going to go sell it? What's the plan?
I want to play with it.
Awesome, wow. There you go. We're going to go ahead and play with the Bayonet Autotronic in the very near future. CS Enjoyer, thank you so much for joining us. And again, congratulations on drawing the victory here in the Hellcup 11. And I guess good luck in your officials going into the future.
Thanks. Very nice. Red knife.
Indeed, yes. Well, they are Dwayne, of course. That's a formality in this particular moment in time. The grand final, of course, concluded with the real victors being the likes of Na'Vi Jr. Looking good, looking real, and of course, as we look to wrap out the day here in Hellcup, it has come to a final conclusion. So, give me some final thoughts. Wrap things up for me. Give me some concluding notes as we look into the very end of the year.
I would say watch out to see what offers are going the way of Na'Vi Junior players come next year, because RMR circuit's coming up soon. There's going to be a lot of teams transitioning towards that Christmas period that are maybe looking to change a few players. And right now, with how good the form looks, I can expect that this 5 is not going to be the same 5 moving forward into next year.
Yeah, there may be some pickups in the near future. Let's just keep our eyes on the social media, see how that plays out, and keep our eyes on the social media in the very near future, because as far as I'm aware, this is the last Hellcup we've got coming up, but hopefully there'll be some more competitions in the very near future. There's plenty of space for tier 2 teams to compete in, and this could be one of the competitions we see going into the very new year. For now, though, a lot has been laid out for how the end of the year is going to progress. So from us here on Hellcup, I want to thank so much for joining us for both this edition of the tournament and the last 2 as well. On behalf of myself, the Eternal J, my co-commentator Dwayne, and all the production staff and admins behind the scenes here at the Hellcup, we want to thank you so much for watching and for listening. We'll see you back here for a tournament in the very near future, but until that point, good night and goodbye.
What kind of shame is this? Are you new? Have you heard of Hellcase?
Best cases in the world. Book a rookie and me. Don't be shy, come on. Haha, newcomers are lucky today, huh?
Hellcase, the best cases.
Knock, knock, let me in. Huff and blow the house down. I do it for the love, they perform for the checks, and I still get more. They be bored by the rest. I done put the work in, wasn't born in success. See the storm